Hi Saurabh, good evening. Welcome. Hi Vaibhav sir. Hi Pradeep sir. Good evening.
Hi guys, good evening. Good evening, all of you.
Hello, hi everyone. Good evening.
Hi,
I
good
just
evening, sir.
start the video. Just give me a
Good
moment.
Hello.
evening,
Hi.
everyone.
Good evening.
Chinmay, you're there?
Hello. Yes, I'm there.
All right. All right. Okay. Think yeah, 1 minute. We will start. Good evening everyone and dear jury members. Thank you for joining us on Saturday evening. This is Maharajan and it's pleasure to be your host for next couple of hours. The Institute of Product Leadership proudly welcomes you all for the Skillathon and customer-centric value proposition by the cohort of product management certification program. Right? Our participants will present their innovative solutions and our esteemed juries will evaluate them on key parameters. As Skillathon Go, it promises to be an event filled with excitement, challenge, and skill demonstration. This event is where the top shortlisted participants from our cohort present their hands-on project and portfolio towards assurance of skills to demonstrate communication, articulations, business modeling, and its understanding. Right. So before we get started, I'd like to thank audience and jury for joining on Saturday evening. Today's session is going to be an exciting and definitely some great learning takeaways. The cohort will walk the talk of the IPL mantra, learning by doing, and the audience will, not just witness it live, but will also get to vote and choose the winner. I'll get to that in a bit. Okay, let me begin this session by giving you a quick insight on what is Skillathon and why IPL emphasize Skillathon being a real test of skills. The Skillathon is an event where top performing learners demonstrate their understanding of skills and its application of the same in context of real world product idea as a part of their learning journey to the industry experts and other learners. At IPL, we replace examinations with Skillathon and studying with learning by doing. The institute strongly believes that real test of skills by demonstrating your idea to the live audience and the industry experts. Okay, here is the quick overview of our product management certification programs. Our programs are globally recognized programs. It has a real assurance of test, skills versus knowledge, and it is completely focused on the career transition and career accelerations. And we have a very strong philosophy again, which is learning by doing. Okay, now here is the interesting part. Let's welcome, everyone join me welcoming the juries for today. We have Madhushri ma'am, who is the Director of Global Product Management at MasterCard. Welcome, ma'am, and we would like to hear a quick introduction about you.
Hi, everyone. I hope all of you guys are having a great time. And so
I'm currently working as director for global product management vertical in Mastercard, where I lead quite a few data products, essentially, which are handling data and spend related insights that we can deliver to the clients across various industries, FI and non-FI. Before joining Mastercard, I have handled various products. I have taken from there, like I mostly handled fintech products in fintech space, mostly in insurance and investments vertical, where I got the opportunity to launch and manage the entire product life cycles of various fintech products like credit cards, insurance, and various investment products like mutual funds and also personal wealth management applications. Uh, Prior to that, I did my MBA from IIM Bangalore, and before that, I had a couple of years of experience in product marketing and digital marketing domains. So I'm really excited to meet all of you and discuss more aspects around product management. Yeah, that's about it.
Thank you, ma'am. Looking forward to your valuable feedbacks and questions. Okay, we'll now move to the Vaibhav. Vaibhav, sir.
Hi
Vaibhav,
everyone.
yeah,
Yeah,
go
can you
ahead.
hear me? Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir,
Okay.
yes.
So basically, I have been into product management for almost 8 years now, and I have worked across extremely high growth companies like Blinkit, Geomart, Cast24, and Airtel. Uh, Currently, I'm working as a senior product manager at Licious. I'm handling their end-to-end consumer platform, and I've just recently joined. And at Blinkit, at Blinkit for a couple of years, where I built the end-to-end dark store operations products, majorly the store ops app, the dashboard. And before that, I was with GeoMart, where I built their end-to-end seller experience for the third-party sellers on the platform. Before GeoMart, I was with Cast24, where I built the entire B2C product stack for Cast24 Indonesia and Bikes24. Bikes24 was India's first pre-owned two-wheeler marketplace. And before that, I was with Airtel, where I was building data products using big data technologies. So yeah, that's a gist of like what I have been doing, and really excited to look and see what all you guys bring to the table.
Great. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We'll finally move to Pradeep, sir. Pradeep, sir is a director of product management at Mobivic. Sir, we would like to hear a quick introduction about you.
Uh, Hello, hi. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. First of all, no, I'm very excited to be in this discussion panel. I'm audible, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes, yes.
right now, currently, I'm like heading the complete payment gateway of MobiQuick. That's we call it as ZachPay, and I've been having around 15 plus 16 years of experience overall. I started off as a developer, done for 5 years of development, and then moved into couple of IT roles, and then finally moved into product. And I've been building products, developing products throughout my entire career. So I worked in different industries, very different industries altogether. Like I've worked in agri fintech. Company called Cropin. I don't know. I was there one of their first developers, and then I've built one of the first Android-based solutions in India in early 2009 2010. So and then I've also be part of founding team a company called Express Lane. We were first in industry to start off fast checkout today, which has been very common product across the D2C business. And yeah, I'm an IT Madras and IMK graduate, so that's it. Nothing much more about me. I'm really excited to understand, meet your team, and understand, learn, and interact here. Thank you. Thanks for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, juries. Thank you so much. Thank you. Again, thanks so much for joining today. Uh, we'll quickly move to the guidelines part now, right? So here is the quick guidelines. As given, it will be 10 minutes. 10 minutes for the presentation, with 5 minutes for the question, suggestions, feedback by the jury only. Juries will cast their votes on the scale of five, one being the lowest and five being the highest. Juries can choose the rubric to evaluate the performance based on the parameters. The scores will announced by the juries allowed. Once the presenter is done, the audience, please keep your phones with QR code scanner ready, because today's you're not just the audience. You're not going to witness as just an audience. You're also going to host, cast your votes and everything. So I have a timer with me in my mobile phone. So I'll give a gentle reminder at seventh minute and hard stop at 10th minute. In case presenters, if you have more things to convey, you can take additional 30 or 40 seconds and summarize it. All clear?
Clear.
All right. So time for the presenters. We'll go with the team one. Ashish Gupta. Ashish, you are ready?
Yes.
Good to go?
Yeah, I am.
All right.
I'll share my screen. I think I'm not allowed yet.
Now you can do, Ashish.
Okay. Um, Let me know once my screen is visible.
It is getting presented.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's visible, Ashish.
Okay. Let me know
Yeah,
when I'm good to start.
you're good to start. Your time starts
Okay.
now. All the best.
Okay, perfect. Good evening, everyone. For today's presentation, I'll walk you through motherskitchen.com, a community-driven food platform tailored for busy urban professionals. The idea is simple yet powerful. Connect those who crave fresh home-style meals with local home cooks who want to turn their culinary passion into income. Our unique value lies in combining authenticity, hygiene, personalization, and trust, all the while creating a seamless digital experience. Let's dive in. So talking about the problem, today's busy professionals face a real dilemma. They want to eat healthy, home style food, but often end up relying on takeout or fast food due to time constraints. At the same time, many talented home cooks, especially homemakers, lack a structured way to monetize their skills. Existing services focus on speed, not personalization or health. There is a clear gap, and motherskitchen.com is designed to bridge it. So, to build a truly customer centric solution, we anchored our research on five key pillars. We explored how people manage meals today, what influences their food decisions, and their preferences for digital platforms and service models. We also dug deep into their dietary habits and health priorities. These pillars shaped our understanding of both customer needs and home cook aspirations, setting a strong foundation for the solution we'll present. So we conducted 25 in-depth interviews across four key segments: working men, working women, single professionals, and home cooks. Our user research highlighted six powerful insights. 84% of the respondents said they struggle to maintain a healthy diet during work week. Most craved home cooked meals but just didn't have the time to or the energy to cook after work. 60% users use part-time cooks or tiffin services but find them unreliable and hard to manage. It often feels like having to supervise yet another employee. On a scale of 1 to 7, users rated hygiene as the most important factor when choosing food, with an average rating of 6.8, followed closely by taste and convenience. Home cooked meals via platform ranked highest in appeal, even above ordering in or self cooking. It's clear that users want the comfort of homemade food with none of the daily hassle. 68% preferred using an app due to its ease of reordering, saving preferences, and applying filters such as low oil or no garlic onion. Moreover, 60% preferred home delivery from cooks' kitchens, while 24% were excited by the idea of inviting cooks home for special occasions or personalized diets. These insights helped us fine tune both the product experience and value proposition, ensuring it resonates on both sides. Meet Priya Sharma, our representative user. She's a 32-year-old marketing manager in a metro city working 10 hours a day. While she values healthy home cooked meals, she struggles with time, unreliable cooks, and the hassle of planning meals. She often ends up ordering food which doesn't meet her taste, quality, or dietary needs. What Priya wants is a simple, stress free way to get personalized, fresh, and hygienic meals that feel like home without disrupting her busy routine. Next, this meet Mrs. Tripti, a 45-year-old home cook who moved to the city from a small town. She is passionate about quick cooking and bringing joy through wholesome meals, but currently serves only a few nearby families. She dreams of turning her talent into a sustainable business, yet struggles with scale, scheduling, and matching diverse customer preferences. What she really needs is a platform that gives us visibility, structure, and support so she can cook with pride and earn consistently. So that's where motherskitchen.com exists to bridge a meaningful gap between busy professionals who want healthy homestyle meals and home cooks who are passionate about cooking but lack structured earning opportunities. For customers, the platform offers fresh, personalized, hygienic meals that evoke the comfort of home without the stress of cooking or managing unreliable help. For home cooks, it provides a chance to monetize their skills, gain recognition, scale their efforts beyond their neighborhood, all the while staying rooted in their kitchen. What makes our value proposition stand out is its community driven model, one that brings trust, taste, and a human connection back into food delivery. It's not just about convenience, it's about creating a system that benefits both the eater and the maker. So now that we have talked about the value proposition, I will now elaborate on our minimum viable product. So the scope of the MVP is firstly, we'll plan to start within a specific region to test operations before scaling or creating a digital platform or digital or a website. Secondly, sorry. Uh, Secondly, we will conduct thorough screening to ensure only verified, skilled, and reliable home cooks join the platform. Thirdly, we will empower customers to browse through detailed cook profiles, including specialties, experience, and reviews before selecting a home cook. Next, no forced subscriptions. Customers can order and pay for meals as needed. Next, we will ensure strict quality control for consistent and hygienic meals packaged using sustainable and organic materials. And finally, we will enable a transparent feedback system to help customers choose top rated home chefs. The critical assumption for the MVP is that customers are willing to switch from restaurant or tiffin services to home cooked meal service if convenience, variety, and trust in quality are ensured. Home cooks are also willing to convert their culinary skills into reliable income source. Based on these assumptions and the scope, we designed motherskitchen.com. Our product's MVP is designed as having 5 critical features. First, the home cooked meal service is available in 3 adjacent society or apartment complexes in Mumbai. Second, customers can choose from 50 dishes across 5 cuisines, that is North Indian, South Indian, Italian, Chinese, and Mumbai street food. A, Third, a list of home cooks profiles where customers can see cook specialization in single or multiple cuisines. Customers can also see prior customer reviews and ratings. Fourth, pre-defined delivery times in the morning and the evening. And finally, fifth, an option to invite a cook to prepare meals on site during specific time slots. We believe that early adopters who are typically looking for a personalized and convenient service would be drawn to our product as it offers home cooked diverse cuisines at defined times, which helps busy professionals plan their day better. Additionally, the flexibility to either get home cooked food delivered versus asking a home cook to come to your home to cook helps provide
Ashish, you have last 3 minutes.
okay helps provide flexibility in supporting for parties or gatherings. In order to reach our first set of customers, we are starting with the hyper-local WhatsApp first strategy. Since most users already rely on WhatsApp for daily communication, it's the perfect low friction channel to build early trust. We will distribute flyers and posters within residential societies, WhatsApp groups, and notice boards, prompting users to message us directly to view menus, place orders, or ask questions. From there on, a dedicated WhatsApp business account will handle everything from sharing cook profiles to collecting feedback. We will also design a one-page website which can be a landing page or an introduction to our offering. This approach lets us keep things simple, test demand in a familiar format, and build a community feel before scaling with a full-fledged app or platform. It also allows us to experiment with personalized nudges, repeat order reminders, and daily meal updates, all through a tool our audience already uses daily. In our opinion, the design of the flyer or the landing page is helps us, the image itself creates an association with home cooked food, and we believe that the flyer delivers the most important information about our offerings in a succinct manner. Our revenue model is designed for flexibility and learning. We are starting with the pay per order model, which lowers the barrier for customers to try the service without any subscription pressure. This also helps us test price sensitivity, understanding how much people are willing to pay for different cuisines, portion sizes, or personalization. It gives us insight into what value customers associate with home cooked food versus restaurant options. For cooks, we will ensure to retain a small commission per order, allowing them to earn fairly while ensuring platform stability. As we gather data, we can explore tiered pricing, meal plans, or dynamic pricing based on cook ratings and demand. Overall, our intention is to keep the model simple to start with, but with the flexibility to evolve as we scale and learn more about customer behavior. Finally, our MVP isn't just about delivery, it's about learning. We are using this phase to identify which cuisines and dishes are most in demand, what drives customer retention, and how cook profiles and interaction styles influence repeat orders. We'll also analyze peak timing preferences and test price elasticity using our paper order model. These insights will help us refine the experience, validate monetization, and set the stage for sustainable scaling. So that's what that was about our product. Open to questions, jury.
Yeah,
Very good, Ashish.
thank you,
So,
Ashish.
yeah,
Yeah,
can I go on?
yeah,
Yeah.
you can go on, sir. Go ahead.
Absolutely love the presentation, Ashish. You covered all the aspects, and I see that you have tried to actually meet some underserved need, right, with a supplier that is readily available. But like there are few questions around this
Sure.
front, right?
Hmm.
Firstly, even if you do this, right, how will you ensure standardization? Will you place some SOPs into systems, like, or and how will you match supply with the demand? For example, do I get the same meal from the same cook every time, or like even do I have the flexibility to choose a cook, or like you will choose the cook for me? You did
Okay.
not mention all of that, so for me this is a bit of a from a user point of view, it's a bit of hesitation in trying. Like, how are you ensuring standardization? Like, will I get the same taste, same spicy levels, same everything all the time? And the freshness, right? How will you
Hmm.
ensure that the food is fresh
Yeah.
and it is cooked in hygienic conditions? Because
Yeah.
I think that the food is currently being cooked in the home kitchens, right?
Yes,
So
that's
how will
correct.
you ensure hygienic condition around that, and how will you ensure that the user understands the transparency around all of this?
Got it. Fair question, Vaibhav. So in so that I think the first very important thing here is ensuring trust, and as you mentioned, transparency. So during the design phase, what we did plan for is we will have to maintain the quality in the home cooks kitchens, right? Because that is on us. Because our entire model is about ensuring quality and the taste itself.
But
So
Ashish,
yeah.
the major thing here is that the food is being prepared in someone else's home, right?
Yeah.
Are you providing them kitchen facilities to prepare the meal, or like it's in someone else's home? You cannot control the hygienic conditions in someone else's home, right? And even if you're able to do, making the user understand all of
Mhm.
this, it's a very tough job, right? So how do you go? How will you go about this?
Fair question. So I think to begin with, what we did decide was the cooking process will be conducted in the home cook's kitchen, and in order to maintain the quality and the hygiene factor, I think it's going to be on us to conduct regular reviews and monitoring, like at regular intervals, ensuring that we go physically to check the home cooks kitchens during the MVP stage. Obviously, as we scale, that's not going to be feasible, and we can choose to maybe make create some kind of a central point where home cooks come and cook the food. But to begin with, I think it's going to be on us to ensure to ensure that we make sure that the quality and the hygiene is maintained in the home cooks kitchens, right? So that,
Right.
sorry,
So like it's slightly a bit
I know,
kind of
yeah,
a moonshot that someone else would allow you into their homes on a regular intervals and check the quality of kitchen and everything, right? It's a
yeah.
slightly a bit of moonshot and making the user understand it also a bit of moonshot. Another question around this was like you see like in cloud kitchens or in restaurant setups there is certain level of prediction of orders that are going
Mm-hmm,
to inflow, right?
mm-hmm.
So and I can prepare the raw materials accordingly, right?
Got it.
Now how will you match supply and demand, and how will you tell the supply that this is the level of demand I am expecting today, and this is how much raw material that you need to be ready with so that the delivery gets done within the whatever the ETA that you have mentioned.
I think I might have missed mentioning that the order needs to be pre-booked, because I mean, it's not like I order right now and within an hour the food needs to be delivered. It's going
Okay.
to be on a pre-cooked basis, because
How
the
early how early do I have to book?
yeah, it's 1 day in advance.
One day in advance, but my mood changes in hours, right? I might want to eat something else, and then what will happen?
Yeah, but so in our opinion, the thing about if they are trying to get home cooked food, I mean, again, this is just to begin with, to ensure
Yeah.
we are able to manage the expectation between a home cook
I
versus.
think a better way would be like you actually tell the user that this is our weekly chart, right? This is our kind of a package, right, for the entire week. On Monday, we are going to serve you this. On Tuesday, we are going to serve you this. You can choose a package according to your need.
Okay.
And then you can, so this way, what happens is user is certain that what is about to come, and supply is also certain that what do they
Oh,
actually have to make, right?
yeah.
So think
So
more around this. Yeah.
one thing again, so I think it's more about to begin with that there is a lot of uncertainty around it, but our initial idea was to have the user create their own meal plan chart for the entire week, which they can provide to the platform, and once they come to know about the home cooks in their area, right, they can ensure that their chart is created accordingly, whatever they want to eat, right? So what you said was more us, like the platform driven meal planning chart, but our idea was to give the flexibility to the user itself once they're accustomed to the home cook, and then they can plan what's going to come to them, do they want to structure their entire week. So that was
Understood,
our plan.
Ashish,
Yeah.
but like I understand what you're saying, but with scale, right, this won't be possible as it requires a lot of manual interventions at places, right? So think
Fair.
more around this. Like
Fair.
there was an angle of scalability
Hmm.
missing in the presentation also. So
got
think more around this. Yeah.
got it. Fair point, Weber.
Can I go next?
Yeah.
Mara?
Sure.
Thank you, Vaibhav sir. We'll hear it from Madhushree ma'am.
Yeah.
First of all, thanks a lot, Ashish. I think, and also thanks to Vaibhav, you covered quite a few questions that I also had on my mind regarding scalability. Having said that, probably let me ask you a very basic question. Who, of course, it's like a two-way platform. I understand that part, but who is your primary persona? From your presentation, what I could not figure out is who is your primary persona, a person, because on one hand you are talking about the home style cooks and home cooks, and on the other hand you're talking about the working professionals. I would want you to highlight one primary persona and further break it down
Okay.
with people who are going, let's say people who are going to consume, among the consumers also, like consume the food. I want you to further narrow down and let
Okay.
me know who is the, I'm trying to help you over here,
Hmm.
because the who would be your primary persona and how did you go about doing the empathy modeling around them. Also, why I'm asking this is because how would you compete against the likes of Swiggy, who are already hosting a lot of cloud kitchens?
Okay.
uh, so yeah, that is my question. Yeah, that is one
Okay.
question. The second question is, how would you test the MVP? I know you told about the site that you're going to make, but I would want you to define the success of your MVP.
Okay. Um, okay. So maybe I'll first tackle the first question, which was essentially in two parts. One is primary persona, and the second question was how will we, I mean, how will I ensure Sorry, can you repeat that bit?
So one is your primary persona and break it down, and how are you going to compete to get the
Yeah, okay.
attention of your primary persona against likes of Swiggy, who can easily adapt your model. Okay, that is
Okay.
number one. That is more around like scalability only. And number two is what would you define as the success for your MVP?
Okay.
Think from
Fair.
all angles when you're defining the success, not just the end goal of more adoption of customers. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So in terms of primary persona, I think obviously from the consumer side, let me just go back to that. Yeah. So from the consumer side, of course, it's specifically about working professionals because they have the most need here, according to us, right? And I think you mentioned how will we break this persona down in even further, right? So during our initial discussions, what we did, understand, like there are a few behaviors here. One is obviously the single working professional, right? They are more free flowing, they probably have lesser responsibilities, so they obviously will probably want more customization. So that was one thing which we had in our mind. And the second thing was more about families, like smaller families, like married men and women and with kids, right? Because they have broader responsibilities. So if you think about behaviors according to us, and what the even the research said, right? The focus on hygiene, probably the
What is the
families.
challenge that they were facing? So when you're talking about, you have spoken of two segments, two sub-segments. One is
Mhm.
working professionals, the other one is smaller families. What was the challenge that you saw with the cooks? What was the challenge that they were facing, which you are trying to solve with the home kitchens, basically? Yeah.
Yeah, so with cooks, I think the
That they can
challenge.
control the sanity, the hygiene of their own kitchens, where the cook is coming, where you can guide the cook, and the cook can cook as per the hygiene requirements that you
Mhm.
have. How are you competing against that then? What is the problem that you're trying to solve?
Okay, so I think the primary problem that the home cooks, like the few home cooks we talked to, was more about, they have a lot of time lost in transit, of course, because they need to go from home to home. One thing which they did mention was, if they have a way to utilize their skills more in a particular day, if they can serve more orders in a particular day instead of going home to home, that was one bigger problem they or
Sorry. Here I have to interrupt you. On
okay.
one hand, we were talking about your primary persona being the working professionals who were consumers,
Hmm.
and now we have moved our focus. We have shifted our focus to the home cooks who were going from home to home to cook. Like that's what you
I
mentioned. So
I
who is
thought
your primary persona?
I might have misinterpreted your question. I thought you were talking about, I mean, you moved on to home cooks, but I think your question was, they, like the consumers focus on maintaining quality. I think that is what you may have meant.
So you started with two
It's
sets of sub-segments.
Yeah,
One is
got it.
working professionals, other one is small families.
Fair.
Now, like small families hire cooks,
Okay.
right? Who
Yeah.
then these
Oh,
cooks
okay.
come to their places, and they can cook under their supervision. Even if
Hmm.
the lady is working, she can always like monitor. She can maybe just tell the cook to certain
Okay.
way, and she can control the hygiene of her own
Fair.
kitchen much better than the home cooks. So what was the challenge that you saw when you
Okay.
were interviewing these customers, because of which you are thinking that these home cooks would do a better job? So
Okay.
then
Fair.
the cooks were coming to
Yeah,
their
then
places.
I definitely misinterpreted your second question.
No
So,
problem.
I think one thing which they mentioned, and I think I talked about, was that a lot of times, exactly what you mentioned, right? Monitoring the cooks. So a lot of, one of my colleagues herself mentioned that it feels like a job in itself, because it's not like giving them broader instructions and those will be followed. It was more about being in with them. I actually know of the same situation where my colleague was actually talking to me and also giving instructions to the cook side by side, ki didi aise mat karo, didi aise mat karo. So that was one thing which she also and other working professionals also mentioned, that it was like having an employee which needs constant monitoring, right? So that is one thing which, if we are able to figure out ensuring quality and the taste, and what I think Web have also mentioned, having the consistency in taste every time, right? I think that was a bigger like need that they had, right? So they didn't want to constantly hover alongside the home cook they generally hire. They want to ensure that it's cooked how they want it cooked, as per their taste, and there is no need to constantly monitor them.
Got it, got
I
it.
think
So
that was the one.
Ashish, what I would suggest is when you are building up any product, you have to start bottoms up, in the sense you should divide the segments into as granular as possible and let the data speak for itself, both qualitative and quantitative. Uh, because here, like, a family's requirement would have been very different from a working professional, working single professionals who are
Mhm,
maybe staying in a shared accommodation, who would have a different kind of a budget versus
mhm.
a small family. Their pain points would be different. So the more granular you go, the more opportunities you get,
Fair.
and to dissect and come up with a unique value proposition, which I somehow felt could be worked upon more.
Got it.
Yes, and this other question was about what do you
Competing with
define as a
Swiggy. Okay.
success for your MVP? Yeah, in the best
Okay.
interest of time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Just give me a minute to think about the exact like what I think is the success criteria. Um, So, I mean, one thing which I can think of specifically from how we have designed the MVP, just specifically on the three apartment complexes or societies. So, what I think should be our success criteria is definitely consistently good hygiene and consistency in taste ratings. I think that's one thing that will define how we scale the MVP in the future, because of how we are targeting those three nearby regions. I think that is one thing that should be paramount, that we ensure quality and consistency.
Okay, and you would not test the success of MVP from the point of view of your suppliers,
As in home cooks.
right?
Fair point. Obviously, so from a home cook perspective, definitely it has to be consistent flow of orders. It, because their primary motive is to ensure that they keep on filling the empty time during like empty available hours or free time that they have. So I think that is obviously another goal that we have to fulfill their primary need, which is utilizing skills to the fullest and time to the fullest.
Got it. So, thanks a lot, Ashish, for being able to respond to these questions on an ad hoc basis so well. I would like to rate 3.5 right now,
Okay.
because I would want you to work more around understanding who your primary persona is, doing more of internal research as well as quantitative and qualitative research. That did not come out that well. That how did you do this empathy mapping? How did you come out with these value propositions? So maybe we can work more on
Fair.
this. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, we'll move to Pradeep sir.
Yeah, hi, I'm audible.
Yeah. Yes, Pradeep sir.
Yeah, hi Ashish. Madhusri, exactly as the questions what I wanted to ask.
Fair.
So instead of I asking the same questions, probably I'll give you a way of approach for this rather than
Okay.
I asking repeating the same questions. And I know if you further ask some more questions, you would again start thinking and all. So I'll just come up with the feedback. See, on when you have a platform with multiple, it's called network users, like take Ola. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you have cabs one side, suppliers, you have customers one side. Okay, so these are
Okay.
called network users. The biggest problem to solve in a multi-network problem or a platform-based multi-network problem is a penguin problem. It's called a penguin problem.
Okay.
That means if you don't have suppliers, you will not have customers. You don't have
Yeah.
demand, you will not have suppliers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You don't have much of customers, then probably nobody will come and attach their cab. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
have much of cabs, then no customers will come. Right?
Fair. Fair.
And if you have more cabs, then that's another problem because it's a competition between cab drivers. You have to reduce the price, right?
Got it.
If there is
Got it.
more user, then there's a demand problem. Then you have to you'll not get supply of cabs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this
Fair.
is something that you are ending up when you are designing any platform when there is a multi-network problem, right?
Got it.
So which is why, and the second question which Madhushri asked, these are the very important, very critical question. When you're thinking of any of the platforms, right? The second question is that extension, like Today the product that you have proposed is a simple extension of, or rather I would say the existing current models in the market, which is like Zomato every day, where home cooked food is available. Okay, you have urban companies, cook at home, right? The people who you can hire, like in within 15 minutes the cook is available with very minimal cost of 200 300 rupees, or around 400 rupees for a 10 members meal. So these are there. Now
Mhm.
what you're trying to do is you're collecting all these features from individual super companies that are existing, then
Okay.
trying to build a product. Okay,
Okay.
so now when you're doing this, the first thing that you have to identify is the best USP that you can get. Okay, and why your platform. Because
Okay.
if you say somebody will cook at home and I'll get you a menu that is available, then I'll say, okay, why not Zomato? I can
Mhm.
just go and order in 15 minutes. I'll get probably in 15-30 minutes. Why should I order
Okay.
one day before?
Okay.
Right? That's the question. I need to plan my day. You're
Mhm.
making me plan my day one day ahead, right? So
Got
that's
it.
not customer convenience.
Mhm.
Like earlier, Big Basket was similar. You have to plan for your delivery next day. It's been cracked open with all the quick commerce like Swiggy, Zomato. Everybody is expecting the magic word called 10 minutes delivery,
Mm.
10 minutes
Okay.
supply, right? So these are the problems that you need to tackle. Okay, this is because these questions are rightly asked by Madhusri. I'm trying to give you approach on how to think and where to think. And any presentation, if we have to judge or anything, you have to come back with one important thing called metrics. What do you want to measure? Which was
Got it.
absolutely lacking in your presentation.
Got it.
If you don't come up with this one, then we will not understand, anybody will not understand how can I measure that and what is considered as success. So
Got
for
it.
that, we have again three parts in that. One thing, you should be your North Star metrics, which means that you're combining most of your network users, which means the supply side, demand side, or any other vendors in between, like delivery partners in between. So all these things combinedly, one or two important metrics would be called as your North Star metrics. Then you have other metrics that you can measure. Then you have negative metrics, that how many issues that you're getting, and then how many issues you're able to solve, and all these things. So as long as you're not able to put this forward, we will not be able to understand where your focus area is, or how are you saying it's success. Yeah,
Got it.
thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Pradeep, Madhushri,
Thank
Vaibhav.
you.
Thanks for your feedback.
Thank you, Pradeep. So, okay, we'll go for the scores now. Vaibhav, sir, your scores?
Hi, I would rate, yeah, 2.5 out of 5.
Madhushree, ma'am, your scores? I think 3.5.
Yeah, 3 point.
Okay. Pradeep, sir, your
I would
score?
also go with the 3.5. Typically, why I'll say why I have given 3.5 is that you have covered everything else is good. Okay, you just need that, those final steps to just enter into the your present, to make your presentation well complete. But you have covered most of the points. Nice. You tried putting personas, you tried doing this. You just need to have a way of solving this problem, but you're pretty much there. And second thing, why what I see good thing about you is you are able to spontaneously respond, which is one of the best features for any product guy. Okay, yeah, so you shouldn't jump in and give any solution, but some sensible talk, whatever it is, that is something, that confidence is what I see. So I'm just trying to go over 3.5, right? Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, juries. Okay, now we'll quickly move to the audience poll, right? So, audience, please take your phone and please have your QR scanner ready. Please scan this QR code and cast your votes for Rajesh. I'll give 30 seconds from now. Please cast your votes. Then we'll see what is the audience poll for Rajesh. Your time starts now. All right, we are done. We'll see what is the audience poll for Ashish. All right. Thank you, Ashish, and all the best for you. Right? Okay, we'll move to the next group now. So the team two is going to be Gaurav and Santosh. Gaurav, Santosh, you
Yeah.
guys ready?
Yes, yes.
Let me know who's presenting.
Yes, Santosh will share the screen and I'll talk the points.
All right. All right.
Just let me know once it's visible.
Santosh, you can go ahead. Yes. Yeah.
One moment. Yeah, it's visible now. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, visible.
So
Your
good
time
evening.
starts now. All the best.
Yeah,
Run a
thank you.
slideshow, if that's possible.
Yeah, can you put it on a slideshow?
Yes, yes,
A
yes.
little.
Sure. Yeah. It's working fine.
No, we still see your.
No, this one you select this one, Santosh.
It's in the right hand side corner
Yeah.
bottom,
Yeah, I
Santosh.
did it.
Let's
Share your
stop your stop
presentation
your.
screen. You're currently sharing your window, which is the PPT. You need to share your presentation screen.
Can you stop share presenting and just reshare it? Is it possible, Santosh?
Yes, yes, yes.
Click entire window. You will get it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
This is how I was able to make it. It is okay now? No, it's not visible.
No, Santosh, it is not presenting actually.
Not presenting.
Gaurav, how about you? You can go and present.
Second. Actually, I was trying. That's why I asked Santosh to share. Yeah, my sharing was just Santosh, just go to share and share the presentation, right? Just go to share screen. Yeah, it's coming up. Oh, it's coming? Yeah. Just let me know. It looks fine. Yes, yes,
Looks
it's
fine. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
okay,
Yes.
okay. Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Gaurav, and my mate Santosh, and we have worked on this project, Financial Literacy for Kids, and the name of the product is FinPulse. So first, let's start with a question: how many of us learned about money through painful mistakes as an adults? So sadly, over 90% of the Indian children lack basic financial literacy, leaving them unprepared to manage their money smartly. So our solution FinPal solves this by offering an interactive gamified platform that teaches kids aged 6 to 16 years about savings, budgeting, spending, and investing in a fun and engaging way. So our mission is to build confidence and independence from an early age, empowering the next generation to make smart money decisions. So the problem, next slide. So the problem is kids today learn academics, technology, but not money management. Parents want to teach their kids, but they face certain problems. No structured courses are available, no reliable tools are available. Kids find money topics boring and too abstract. So schools also don't include these financial uh, education about money management, saving, budgeting, planning, and investments. So the So the outcome is children grow up spending impulsively, unable to save, and often develop poor financial habits that last a lifetime. So next slide. Customer insights. So from our in-depth research, we discussed with around 19 parents within the age of 30 to 45, and over 80% of the parents said that they want to teach their kids about money but lack the right information, right tools, or right platform. So parent wants financial education to be fun, trustworthy, and easy to integrate into their daily life. So there are certain questions which parents shared with us. What financial lessons do they wish their child should learn? How to explain about saving, budgeting, and how it can benefit their child in future? How to keep their child interested in money concepts without nagging? So these insights shaped our solution to address not just what to teach, also but how to make it stick with the kids so that they can carry it forward for long term. So next slide. So this is the secondary research we have done about the kids' financial literacy. So we have around 27% of the adults who are financially literate, right? So 93% parents say that children are in digital finance. So reasons for the gap are limited school education and little discussion at home. So there was certain gaps are identified. 96% say children lack money management knowledge. 22% are confident using the digital payments, but they don't know about how to manage the money. So our solution expand the financial education in schools and also provide them the one-to-one knowledge. So these are certain statistics that we have collected from some business websites. So next slide. So these are certain persona number one, who is a child whose name is Rahul, and he is a 10 years old child. So his goal is want to spend money on toys, games, and treats without understanding the limits. And the pains are like find saving difficult, does not grasp the value of money, thinks money just comes from the parents. And once we insert the ATM in the machine and we'll get the money. Next slide. Persona 2 is a parent who is 35 years old. So the attitude is like believes financial habits should start early, feels responsible but lacks clearly the resources. And the goals are build a child financial confidence and independent. And basically the pains are like limited time because children are engaged in many other tuitions and activities. They want to learn cricket, dance and music and all. So they are worried about child's future habits, feels traditional methods are boring and hard to follow. So next slide. Value proposition. So Santosh, can you cover this value
Yes,
propositions?
yes. The main purpose of the value proposition is to know what is the problem, what solution we are getting, and for the whom we are solving the problem. So based on this, we have done the jobs to be done on the three platform, that is on the emotional, social, and functional. So by understanding the what is the pain point, like for the user persona, one is for the children, so they don't understand the money management, since they have not developed that skill, and that has to be developed on the initial stage. And this is the lack of the real world exposure to the financial decision making, and we come up with the solution uh, by making the gamified learning, story-based animation, and hands-on activities that helps them to understand, and uh, they'll be able to grasp more in this. And going on to the next is the adult persona. So this is how we have made the uh, chart. And
For parents, we are providing a structured and trusted platform to teach the money skills, and there are certain activities that make financial learning a family bonding moment, and the peace of mind from tracking their child's progress and growth, and also they will get some relief from daily money discussions, like the child used to ask money, I want this toy, I want to buy these games and all. So they will get some kind of relief once the children know about the money management skills and some kind of impulsive buying as well. So next, coming on to the empathy map. empathy map we have created for Rahul and the parents. So for Rahul, like he sees the ads for new toys, gadgets, and video games everywhere, and his friends are showing off new purchases at the school, and also he thinks like his friends are having, so he should also go and buy those things. So he spends his pocket money however he likes, as like their friends are spending, and encouragement to spend rather than saving it. So what he says and does, I want that game right now, and he spends the whole pocket money quickly, and again he starts asking for more pocket money. So he thinks and feels like saving feels boring and restrictive. He wants instant rewards and gratification.
In your
So
last 3 minutes.
okay, so let's try to understand the empathy map with respect to the parent. So she sees other parents struggling with teaching kids about the money, ads for gadgets, toys, and apps constantly tempting their child. So she has say, "Mom, I want to buy this every other day." So other parents are also worried about rising impulsive habits among the children's. So she says and does, tries to explain savings, but ends up giving in, searches online for how to teach kids about the money and all, try to search the videos on YouTube, try to search the reels on Instagram. So she thinks and feels that guilty for not providing good money guidance to their kids. So they are worried about child's future independence, feels overwhelmed and want a fun and trusted way to teach the kids. So here is the solution. So next slide. So FinPass is the answer to these challenges. So it's an interactive gaming learning platform for kids aged 6 to 16 years that teaches them savings, spending, budgeting, and investments. So we are thinking to deliver this solution in terms of gamified learnings, quizzes, challenges, story-based animation, some kind of rewards and badges, and parent-child activities, so that they can both the parents and child may get involved in those activities. So next, now go to the previous slide. So this is about the business model canvas that we have developed. So we have certain key partners, key resources, and the cost structure. So key partners, we have tie-up with certain partners like Teacher On and Urban Pro. So whoever kids or the parents, they have a requirement, so they will post their requirement there, and we get that requirement and the contact details from there, and then we'll contact them to get the uh, courses, and then we will follow the discussion from there. So we have certain key activities as I was speaking about, like gamified content, and right now we are providing only the live classes, which is one-on-one classes. So April or May month we got a good response from the kids, because at that time they had the summer vacation. So around 7 to 8 kids registered, and they have started the classes also. But now these days, since the school has started, so they are busy with their tuitions, courses, and all those things. So mostly they are preferring to take the classes only on weekends. So this is about the business model canvas, and we have certain revenue streams which is currently coming from live classes one-on-one, and in future we have plans to use the subscription model. So next slide. So this is a competitor comparison table which we have collected from the internet. Like we have some competitors: FamPay, PGRite, Roster Money, Junior Finance Academy, and Mivin. And here I have shown some kind of differences and the comparison between FinPulse and the other competitors. Next slide. Okay, so I think we are done from my side, and the questions from jury.
Maharajan, I
Thank,
want to go here.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, Gaurav. It's on time. We'll hear it from Madhushree ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you can go ahead.
First of all, I would like to say I would really like to appreciate the team for, clearly taking us through the personas, through the empathy mapping, what the value, your value mapping, and also I really like the competitive benchmarking that you guys did. Uh, but what I did not quite understand is, and I did see that you have mentioned in the competitors, what exactly is your product? When I am asking this question, it means what I understood that you focused on the classes, right?
Yeah.
Is it something like an e-learning app or a money management app like Junio, like FamPay?
No.
So what exactly is your
Yeah.
product? That is something, and then I will like to build upon that.
Okay, sure. I'll explain you. So this is basically related to the financial literacy for kids, how to save your money, how to spend your money, how to do budgeting, and how to do further investments for future purpose. So basically financial literacy to kids. So right now I have started only taking the classes, like the classes are happening only on one-on-one basis. We have not gone into like subscription model or gamification or those things yet, but we have a plan to do that through online. The kids who don't have time to take one-on-one classes, they can subscribe those models and they can learn online through app and websites.
So it is just classes. It is just an e-learning app. It's not a money management app.
No, they cannot manage the money, but they can learn how to manage the money.
Okay, so now I would like to deep dive into this. When you say they can learn how to, I'm assuming that you have done more research on the product. You have understood. I want to understand the working of the product. When you said gamification, that that a person, that a child wants to learn, and through some gaming, a child will learn how to save or how to do budgeting. Can you delve a little bit more in detail about this? What kind of games? What kind of games?
My idea is, which I have thought, let's take an example of
Just want to ask the same question, because there's no point again asking the same question for me also. An example would have been far better. Probably one of your gamification.
Yeah.
If you would have put up one slide on that, probably would have been more easy. If you can give us with an example, it will help us more understand the product.
Yes.
Even I'm not.
Sorry for not including that slide due to lack of time, but I'll definitely explain you about it. So I'll take an example of investments. So let's say they want to save the money and then they want to invest somewhere for future needs. So in the app, what we are going to provide, we are going to give them some coins, some kind of virtual coins, so that they can understand where to invest, whether they want to invest in stocks, they want to invest in gold, they want to invest in silver. So based on those virtual coins, they have to decide based on the learning where they want to invest and how much percentage they want to invest, the distribution of that money and all those things, right? So they need.
Sorry, I lost you, Gaurav. Am I the only one to lose it?
No.
He's stuck. Santosh, can you continue? I think he's stuck. Some network glitch is happening.
Okay. Santosh, I'll just ask my next question. Should I go ahead with my next question, or should we wait for Gaurav?
We'll wait for Gaurav because we both work together, so I just wanted him to be on that. Probably just.
I'll just check with Gaurav. Give me a minute.
He's just trying to reconnect. He's having some issues on this internet.
Santosh, can we do one thing?
Yes.
Can we make next team to present?
Yeah.
We'll come back
Sure.
with your
We'll have a
questions and
questions on
feedback.
the Yes.
Sir, sorry for this inconvenience. Juries, like this happened. Can we go to the next team? Is it okay, sir? Should it be fine?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's proceed. Yeah.
All right. Just give me a moment. My screen is visible now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next team is Chinmay. Chinmay, you're ready? You can go next.
Yes, but it is showing that host has disabled screen sharing.
1 minute. Yes, you can go next now.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes. Okay, Chinmay, your time starts now. All the best.
Okay, so good evening, jury members. My name is Chinmay Mangaraj. Currently, I serve as document release manager in Danfoss Industries. In my role, I am responsible for overseeing the life cycle of control documents, like from creation, review, and approval to release and distribution, for which I collaborate with different stakeholders and cross-functional teams every day. So my startup idea is Divegi Delight, which is a purpose-driven cloud kitchen built exclusively for the diabetic people who follows vegan or vegetarian diet. As you all might know that over 100 millions Indians are living with diabetes, and this number is growing rapidly. So, but yet the food delivering market, it is continues to cater to indulgence, not health, and people with diabetes, especially those who are vegetarian or vegan, they are struggling daily to find stable or safe, balanced, or convenient food options, which will meet with their medical needs and lifestyle choices. So that's the pain point I'm planning to solve. And this Divergy Delight, it's a cloud kitchen that delivers medically guided and plant-based meals designed specifically for diabetic people, and it focuses on low glycemic index ingredients, portion control, and nutritional transparency. Here, every meal is crafted with in consultation with nutritionists and chefs, ensuring health and also the flavor. So I've already explained the problem. So we did a online survey to see the customer insight. So as a working diabetic adult, they feel that it is very difficult to access to safe and enjoyable food, and caregivers, they feel that they cannot trust the food which is currently available in the market, because some food they have tagged it as healthy, but in actual it is not healthy. And health conscious vegan or vegetarian people, they want variety without compromising their health. So the interview questions, some of the important interview questions which we asked them, that what they actually usually eat during a busy weekday, and how often they check their glycemic index or content, and what frustrations they are having in diabetic friendly meals, and whether they have experienced any blood sugar spike after, even after eating one healthy tagged food from delivery apps. So this is the example of one persona. Her name is Isha Sharma. She is 30 years old and she lives in Chennai. She is a working mother, and she has a diabetic father. She is mainly vegetarian and she is health conscious. So her desires are balanced meals. She wants to opt for balanced meals that are doctor approved, and she wants variety and convenience also. She orders food thrice a week, and regularly checks her father's sugar level. Her aspirations are better quality of life and work-life balance. And the goals are: father's diet is safe without any stress. So this is the empathy map. So this again explains like what she thinks and feels. She feels like, is it really safe if I'm ordering food from outside? Is it really not going to spike my father's sugar level? And she sees like generic food apps, uninspiring diabetic recipes from various channels like YouTube. And then she consults doctor and manually cooks separate meals because she doesn't trust on the food delivery maps, which are tagging healthy meals, but they are not delivering actual healthy food. What she hears is conflicting advice from different sources, and she is getting stressed. And the pain it induces, like she is getting confused and she is getting scared. And the gain she wants is she wants to be confident, and she wants trustworthy platform which gives the healthy food. So the value proposition what we are giving through Diabetes Delight is it's a cloud kitchen that will provide diabetic safe and low GI and plant-based meals. Nutrition tracking will be possible through app, and personalized meal plans also they can avail based on their health goals. And the pain it is trying to target is eliminate risk or a risk of sugar spikes from hidden ingredient of a healthy meal, and then which is tagged by the other providers. And to reduce care giver meal planning burden, so that she can also focus on her work life. And then replaces bland diabetic meals with government's quality dishes, because as we know all the diabetic meals are generally boring and they are having a specific type of ingredient and they are tasteless. So if we are through Diabetes Delight we are trying to give the diabetic people healthy and tasty food. This is a value proposition canvas. um, Again the gains what they want, the customer wants, is to access a variety of tasty and diabetic friendly vegan and vegetarian meals. Convenience is what they are looking for, and assurance of nutritional balance, and then peace of mind from reliable service. So functionally they want to ensure nutritional balance, emotionally they want to feel confident, and they want some trustworthy brand, and socially they want to be a part of health conscious community. Right now they are having pains such as limited vegetarian or vegan options in diabetic friendly meal, and difficulty in finding reliable and tasty options, and freshness and quality of the food. And the value proposition what we are going to give us through Diabetes Delight cloud kitchen, it is matching with the customer segment expectation that we are going to help them maintain blood sugar level, deliver convenience and peace of mind, and new and exciting meal options. Pain relievers, we can ensure meals are safe and beneficial for diabetic health, and provide reliable and consistent service. So, as I said, we will give them diabetic friendly vegetarian and vegan meals. Nutritional information will be provided with each meal, and they can go for subscription based meal plans. And we will ensure freshness and high quality ingredient. So NBP strategy, we are going to experiment as deliver meals to 100 diabetic users in Chennai, and then we will collect the feedback on ordering process and satisfaction of the customer, and we will partner with dietitians to test referral based user acquisition. So based on the experiment, our goals are validate product market fit and measure repeat order rate and satisfaction score, and identify most popular meal variant. Um,
Chinmay, I have last
the-
3 minutes.
Yeah, this is just a draft version of the prototype of the mobile app for Diabetes Delight. I'll just walk you through it. So this is the home page, and you can go to this page, main page, and you can see all the option, all veg, vegan, or pre-ordered menus. Then you can go to protein bowls, and if you want anything like chana bowl, you can just go here and order it. Then you can just pay, and you can track your order also. From here you can go to home, and here you can um, modify your user profile. And here, if you have some doubts, or you are waiting for your order, you can chat with the customer care. And here we have given some add-on food products like sugar-free ice creams, beverages, and all those things, because diabetic people generally they crave for sugary things. So these are some product offerings we have. We have subscription model like flexi subscription. It will choose. You can choose from like options 5 or 10 or 15 meals per month. Diabetic care combo we will provide. We can provide family pack also, and then we will give flexi subscription option to them. Then diabetic care combo. So these are all like options we are giving to the customer for the subscription. So add-on product, as I showed you, we can give them cold pressed juice, nutri smoothies, diabetic meal kits, blood sugar tracker, monthly recipe e-booklet. And every product which we offer them, it will have all these tags like GI, no added sugar, vegan and gluten free, doctor recommend. So to make them trust for our brand with all these details. So packaging and delivery will be eco-friendly, and QR code will be available for all the meal info and tracking of the GI and all nutritional information. And we will ensure timed delivery slots. So GTM strategy for this product, we will target our target market will be urban diabetics, and the build will be digitally. We will first launch awareness through Instagram or YouTube. Then we will consult with doctor for all nutritional information, so that to gain the trust of the customer. And we will give them free trial and intro offer. We will optimize the search engine so that the customer, if they are searching for any vegan or vegetarian diabetic food option, they can come to us quickly. So we will launch app based weekly or monthly meal plans. And then we will try to build a community which will be focused on wellness, or like diabetic wellness or health consciousness. So conclusion is, at Diabetes Delight, we believe that health should not be a compromise, and neither should taste. Thank you.
Thank you, Chinmay. Okay, first we'll.
Maharajan, should I go next? Should I go first? That's okay.
Yeah, yeah, but this time let Pradeep sir go.
Oh, okay, okay. Because
Yeah,
we hadn't unmuted, that's why.
No
Okay.
problem.
Pradeep sir,
Proceed.
you can go first. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Madhurshi. You have questions. Go ahead.
I mean, it's okay, Pradeep. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, Chinmay, who was your other partner?
I don't have any partner.
But okay. So it's a good way to start any product, which the broader segment. If you see, you're starting, either it is you're trying to be the best cost leader, or you're trying to be, a differentiator, or the third category is the niche market, and you have picked up a niche market to build a product, or startup. It's very good. You're trying to address one particular segment of problem, that is either vegan, or somebody having the diabetic issues. supportingly to have even vegan as well. The challenges that what I see, at least on the product model, is that most of your presentation talks about highlights. Typically, I'll say multiple times I've seen the slide on in your output also that the sudden rise of glucose index or anything, right? So this is what you're saying, that your pitch is that this is what you're trying to control based on the diet that you're trying to suggest with all the nutrition processes and stuff. That's good. So now what happens if that strikes and then people come and complain back? Because of you, because there could be because of any reason that spikes, and they say that you are selling something, that it'll help you manage it, but it's somehow it went wrong, and they come back with an escalations. How would you handle that? One thing. Second thing, how are you trying to have a retention policy? You have customer retention policy that I've not seen in your this one. I've also not seen the way any how do you measure the success of your MVP? It's a typical question that any product has to address, right? And you, apart from one persona, I would prefer to have couple of other more personas in the presentation. Even though if you not put it in the presentation and verbally say any other couple of personas, and and yeah, got the questions overall.
Yes. So first question was
Like,
I
yeah, like if there are any issues, how would you handle it? Because you are trying to pitch your entire product saying that you are able to help them manage their glucose,
glucose level. So
right?
that's when I said that we will consult with all the nutritionists and doctors before crafting our meals. So it is not possible to have the sugar level spiked after having our meal. That is the
Control
core.
it. You
Sorry.
cannot control the customer. You cannot control that. Customers would take your meal and then might have something else, might have done something else, which will either result into two things: either spike of glucose or down of no, sorry, the lower glucose level, which will actually create another impact to them, right? So how are you actually going to take this responsibility, or I would say this escalations? People will start escalating the moment something happens there.
Okay, so maybe we can just
You get
ask them to. Yeah, yeah, I know. Like how this is happening in Swiggy and Zomato also. That if the product is defective or something, they are asking us to create a video of that. And
That's good, because when you're saying there is an issue, you can create a video and then share it with them, right?
yes,
But when you talk about, earlier they used to return it if it is bland taste. Also, they used to return the refund amount. But later now, if you see, they don't do it, right?
okay,
Because people start escalating and start utilizing all these things.
yeah,
Okay, so people will come back and then say, "Boss, this my there is a regular spike in my father. This one or there because of this meal, he's not having regular sugar levels and they're dropping and he's having an impact, attacks, low sugar attacks. And how are you going? This is going to be a serious problem. Those and all Swiggy problems are very smaller, but this would
okay.
actually be a very riskier problem. How are you going to address? Because your most of the pitch shows that.
Okay, but what I think is, as we will consult doctor and nutritionist, we will get some advice. I mean, how to handle this? What you said me, so they can suggest us something so that we can ensure that if they are taking only this product, it will never spike. And if it is getting spiked, then definitely they are taking something else with this meal. Is I mean I'm not an expert, so but I'm just
So
yeah.
you were not in the right answer that I was expecting, but still, I think you have to work on this. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, you can go
so
ahead. And like, you
yeah,
can also
any.
talk about the metrics and success, that how do you say that your product is successful. And second thing is that couple of other personas apart from one persona that I've already
Yeah,
shown.
so the customer success metrics, we can
I'm
see how
sorry,
many
pricing. Your pricing is also nowhere reflecting.
yeah, No, actually in the mobile app when I showed, it was showing like 199. There you can see the pricing,
It was a
but actually it is. I mean, I have not fixed any. It is my idea. I have not crafted anything till now. So it will be for vegetarian people. It will be like 200 per meal. It's like average price, and for vegan it will be double the price, because vegan ingredients, they are so costly. And if they want to only eat healthy food, it can be like vegetarian range, in the range of vegetarian food. But if they want healthy and tasty food in vegan options, then it will be slightly costlier, like double the amount of what vegetarian amount is. And for customer success, I think if we are going through a mobile app, we are going to place one option to rate the food. So based on those ratings, and based on how many customers are coming back to order with us, all those metrics if we'll pull out, then we can get the success rate. And regarding customer persona,
like
I
like
all yeah.
like, like what metrics that you're trying to as measure the success? What
Like
exactly the metrics?
how many customers
Like
are coming back to order with us?
okay, your success is only about recurring orders.
Recurring orders, and how ratings. The ratings, they we will ask them to give ratings after having the food, or after the food delivery is done. So based on the
Hmm.
rating also, we can get to know how success is the product.
Okay.
Could I go
Uh,
next? I just
Yeah,
had
I
a
want
couple
to
of
just
follow.
yes.
Yeah,
Please.
I just had a follow-up questions. So, Chinmay, first of all, thanks a lot for your presentation. I think it covered quite a few points, but I had a very, very basic question. So, your primary persona, please correct my understanding if I'm wrong. Your primary persona is a diabetic, or are rather diabetic people or caregivers of diabetic people living in tier one cities, right? And who
yes.
are vegetarian. Is my understanding correct?
Vegan or vegetarian?
Yeah, vegan
Yes.
or vegetarian. So I want to know, for a cloud kitchen, why did you make this segment your primary persona? Why I'm asking this? It's a bit of a paradoxical, because just imagine customers are vegetarians, that's fine, but they're diabetic. But at the same time, they cannot cook, or they can't even keep a cook. So why would that, has this pain been established, like in the sense, is this pain point, how did we validate that this pain point is there? They are diabetic but they want to order. So it seems a little paradoxical to me, in the sense, someone who is clinically diabetic but wants to order rather than keep a cook in Indian. So this is, I am considering this is Indian market, right?
Yes.
So that is a bit surprising for me. On So why did you rather choose this segment as your primary persona for a cloud kitchen? Number one. Number two, same question that I asked for the first tech, like essentially you are running a cloud kitchen and now you're further targeting diabetic people. How do you manage the scalability and the safety that the food doesn't go stale? How do you manage the logistics? Number three, yes, adding to Pradeep's question, who how do you do the pricing? You say 299, I think 199 per order, that too. How do you ensure stickiness? And you also told about the retention. Your retention is the main metrics. That's what I understood. So let's say I just wanted to try something new and I ordered once. I got to know, okay, and I even got a meal plan created. Okay, as you said, I will simply tell my cook to replicate it. Rather, how are you going to compete against the nutritionists? All the nutritionists are not going to partner with you. In any case, you are not competing against the nutritionists. I will simply take my dad or father-in-law who are diabetic to the doctor or nutritionist. They will give me exactly, they will prepare a proper diet chart. I will rather want that food to be cooked in my kitchen under my supervision, or under even my mother or mother-in-law's supervision. So I'm just trying to understand the pricing also over here.
So
So
first of all, the way you addressed it or the way you put that comment. So that is the real problem what is happening. So diabetic people, they are all diabetic stigma. They don't want to go outside. They don't want to order outside. They don't trust anybody or any food delivery app or any restaurant or any cloud kitchen. That is the main problem we are having in our society right now. So I am trying to break
So
that.
whose problem is it? So my
Sorry?
point here is, whose problem is it? Is it Cloud Kitchen's problem? Is it Cloud Kitchen's pain point, or is it the customer's pain point? What is the pain point then?
It is the responsibility of the food delivery market, which they are not catering to. And someone should try to do something new. So like the way you said that you don't want to order anything outside. You want to what is that, you want to
That is
appoint
my
one
own
cook.
preference. So that
Yeah,
means my pain point doesn't exist only. Why should I order if my pain point doesn't exist?
see how easy it is for to get a cook for 24
Much easier
7.
than
Yeah.
much easier in India. Again, I said, is our target market India or
Okay.
or abroad or US, where it is
No,
difficult?
it's in India.
If it is
And
India, that's why I'm saying.
yeah, because
That too tier 1 cities.
why I chose this product, it is because my father is diabetic, my mother-in-law is diabetic, and one child is type 1 diabetic in my home itself. So we find it very difficult. You said it is very easy. I don't know how far it is true, because I am getting so many difficulties to get a cook for 24/7. And if it is a type 1 diabetic child, she will feel hungry 24/7. You cannot appoint one cook who will cook every 1 hour. So, and if you're working mother or working parents, it is very difficult to every time cook and give them healthy food. You can cook Maggie and give if your child is normal, but if it's a type 1 diabetic child, you need to give them a healthy food which is tasty. Specifically
How
type
do you
1 child.
ensure,
Yeah.
how do
Yeah.
you ensure again, the same questions that were asked to Ashish, how do you ensure the safety of the safety of the cloud kitchens, the hygiene, the oil, and that too when you are catering to diabetic senior citizens or diabetic children? So I would rather say the market size is too small. We are trying to create a segment. To build a sustainable business, we need to size the market.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we should work more on the sizing. And as Pradeep put rightly, when you're building a business, you should look at other segments, which is very important. And definitely pricing is something, if you're talking about 299, let me say 300 rupees, right? 300 multiplied by 30, that is 9,000, right?
Yes.
Right. And an average cook salary in a city like even Pune, okay, even in the most expensive areas in Pune, that is like Kharari, there the rate is around 6,000. Okay, and there she would cook 3 course meals. Okay, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So this is that to Kharari. I'm not staying in Kharari anymore, but I'm saying like, and here it is 9,000 per meal, per order. So I'm just talking about, I think we need to see when we are talking about pricing, what is it willingness to pay? Is it competitive pricing? When we're talking about competitive pricing, who are your competitors? So there are multiple areas I think we need to work on. Yeah, that's my feedback, and those were the questions. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
You
you,
should have
ma'am. Thank you.
some kind of a benchmark, Chinmay. Okay, like you cannot simply say that no, if it is vegetarian it is 199, if it is vegan it is double. Okay, that is not how you know have to see. You have to come back with some kind of a supporting point. Whenever you
Okay.
say that this is where these are my ingredients and this is what is needed basically for any meal. On top of that, it is my margin and my cost. Okay, then I've reached it to this number, and this is how is sustainable for me. That
Hmm.
is how you need to pitch. You cannot just simply say. And
Okay.
one point which I would say as a feedback or to to help Madhusri also to Madhushri's question I'll answer on in your behalf is Madhusri, the one problem which I've also seen in my personal this one is most of them are dependent on tablets generic medicine, sorry, some medicine, and there is a lot more that you can do with even just a diet. So if she could have rephrased her pitch, okay, probably it would have been a better pitch. Saying that with food and with nutrition, there's a lot can be done. So that is why I was, okay with not asking why this is so niche segment that she's trying to pitch.
Thank you, Pradeep.
Chinmay,
Yeah.
Chinmay, so basically, I see that like you have emotional association with this problem because there are people in your family who are diabetic. But one thing that I did not understand is like what exactly is the problem here? Like you mentioned that people should not, who are diabetic, should not eat from outside, right? What are the ingredients that the outside food or the Zomato or the whatever food dining apps like do they use which causes a problem? And how are you creating a solution for them, right? How is your meal prepared by you? What ingredients you are using which they are not using, right? And you are providing the same deliciousness, same taste, right? How are you making up for that?
So, what I have seen is when I order food from outside, whether from Swiggy or Zomato or something, they will tag it as healthy meal, or nowadays, they will provide all the nutritional information also. But after having that meal, the sugar spikes are still there. So
Why
there
does
are
that
some
do that, Chinmay?
there
What ingredients do they use which spikes up the sugar level?
I cannot tell. I mean, for sure,
Then
but because
how will you prepare a meal, right? By using the similar type of ingredients which provide the same taste, right? How are you replacing those ingredients which are actually spiking up the diabetic or the glucose level? So, like,
I
what is the replacement for them?
uh, Vaibhav, I am not trying to tell that I will use the same ingredients what they are using. So first of all, I am planning to use the all healthy ingredient what I know and what I will get the list from the doctors and nutritionist, and I will use those, and I will see that I will check that the nutritional informations are correct, and they are not getting sugar spikes. I mean, the diabetic people are not getting spiked sugar.
Okay,
and uh,
but
and one
yeah,
and one
Chinmay,
more.
I'll just interrupt
Yeah,
here. So,
yeah.
like, but how are you assuring the same that you mentioned in your deck also that you will provide the same level of taste and deliciousness, right? How would that be possible if you are like putting in everything healthy? So, my question here is like, since you are actually going on via app route, right? That people will install my app and then they will order the food instead of like you could have built a cloud kitchen, right, which could have just have had healthy meals and listed yourself on Swiggy, Zomato. Maybe that is one of your revenue stream also.
Yes, that
But
is the future plan. Yeah.
right. So, like, firstly, want to understand, like, how as a user, how will I trust that by eating your food, which is again coming from outside only, I have zero idea about the hygiene, zero transparency into the ingredients that you are using and the method of cooking, method of preparation, right? I have zero trust and idea about that. How do I like put my money on you that you will provide me a meal which will not shoot up my glucose index? Whereas other players in the market, right, they are also calling themselves as healthy, right?
Yeah,
And
but they're not giving all the informations. They're not saying that we are using, I mean, they're not giving any clear picture that uh, we will say all the ingredients. We will just show all the ingredients what we are using. But in the market, what is happening that they are like if they are using 7 ingredients, they are just showing 5 ingredients, and 2 ingredients they are not showing up to the customer. So maybe that ingredient is just spiking the sugar level. So we
but
will be
Chinmay,
transparent. Yeah.
yeah, how do you know this that they are using seven and actually listing out five? And how do I trust that you are not also doing the same thing?
Yeah, so that's why we will give the free meal options, and we will make them try our food, and we will check the blood sugar level previously and after having our meal. So
I think, yeah,
we need
Chinmay,
to build that
it's
trust.
a right.
Yeah.
It's a like trust markers need to
Yes,
be everywhere on the
yes,
associated with your brand, right? Even on
yes.
the app, even on wherever you list, right?
Yeah, wherever,
Trust and
yeah.
transparency should actually be the
Yeah,
kind
trust
of
and transparency is the key for this product. Other than that, we
right.
cannot survive. Yeah.
Okay, understood. And would you also go ahead with some lab testing of your meals, and you would like
Yes,
provide some certifications that your food is certified, your
yes,
kitchen is
yes.
certified?
Yeah. Yes, that's why I said it. We will consult with doctors. We not only
Doctors
nutritionist.
do not test, Chennai. So
No, no, no.
doctors do
They
not test.
they can inform us which lab we can go, and we can taste our food. Some information which will guarantee. And if you'll go to type 1 diabetic doctors also, so they will refer you to the, I mean, we will ask them to refer the patient to us. They can send the patient to us to taste the food and to do the blood sugar checking.
Okay. Chinmay, like these are some things which should have been mentioned in the document also. There was no mention about the like scalability challenges, operational challenges, some edge cases like Pradeep also mentioned that what if my sugar actually spikes up after eating your food? Your business will shut down because if I put it on Twitter or somewhere else, like it could blow up. So, right, these are some things, some you only put up in your deck, like what you will do, but what
Okay.
will happen if things not happen according to your plan, right?
Yeah.
And what will be your revenue streams? Like all of these things, they were kind of lacking in the presentation. So maybe work a bit on that.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
All right. Thank you, Juris. Thank you. Thanks for your valuable feedback and questions. We'll quickly move to the audience poll now. Audience, please grab your phone and please scan this QR code and cast your votes for Chinmay. I'll give 30 seconds and your time starts now.
Maharaj, and when are we supposed to give the scores for the team after this?
Maharajan, my name is wrong here. My title.
All right, I'll change it. All right, time's up. So we'll see the audience poll for Chinmay. Yeah, thank you, Chinmay. So we'll go for the jury score now. Pradeep sir, your score for Chinmay out of 5?
Yeah, I would say typically 2.5. I like the industry niche part that she has picked up. The other problem is that how I don't understand how the trust. I don't how people can trust you. Second thing is that the pricing was not clarified. The personas that you are trying to address to strengthen your this one, your product is not coming up. Your service support is not coming up. Okay, this is not a holistic, like just spoke about a problem. I would say you've brought in a good problem area to be solved, but not a solution around complete solution.
Okay. Madhushree ma'am, your scores?
Yeah. So I would also like to score 2.5 because I think the segment needs to be broadened. Right now, it's a very niche segment to create a business out of it. So yeah, from that point of view, yes, more around scalability, pricing, a lot of work needs to be done. So product needs to be carved out. More improvements need to be done in carving out the product. So that's why to go.
Thanks, ma'am. Vaibhav, sir, your
Yeah,
scores?
hi. So I would rate 2 out of 5 because like I believe that if like how niche the segment is, I feel that it is actually much easier to build a solution around this. But Chinmay like lacked quite a lot of scalability, operational challenges, revenue streams, pricing issues. So there were quite a lot of gaps in the entire product proposal. So if she works on that, of course, like there's a lot of scope of improvement here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, so before we move, I just want to do one thing. We have team two here. Can we go for their questions and feedback, or we'll go for the next team to go over the presentation?
We can close it, and before going that, I just one request, Maharajan, that
Yeah.
can they quickly show off their slide, and then just one glance. I just want to have one glance about their PPT once before we start off with the feedback.
Sure.
Just
Gaurav,
to recollect.
yeah. Gaurav, you can go for the one glance of presentation.
Sure.
Maybe just take
You don't have to walk
one,
through. Just
a quick walkthrough. Maybe you can give, and
Can
we'll
you
go
turn
for
on the
it.
sharing? I'm not able to share. Can you
I'll
turn
do
on
that.
the?
I'm doing that. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, I'm okay, Gaurav. If anybody else wants to have any
Vaibhav,
information,
sir, Chinmay, ma'am, you want to take a look, quick look,
No, no,
and we'll
we
go
are
for.
fine. We are fine. Yeah,
You
we
fine?
can go
Okay,
ahead.
we'll
Yeah.
start with Vaibhav, sir. Yeah, so you can go ahead
Right.
with your
So,
questions and feedback.
Gaurav, firstly, understanding like what exactly is your product proposal here, right? What is your MVP around this? Is it a financial literacy campaign? Is it books? Is it some kind of an app? Is it like collaboration with schools? Is it like a new subject inside the school curriculum? So this
Okay.
was not very clear. Like, what exactly are you proposing?
Yeah.
And you also mentioned that you would maybe in the future go ahead with an app where you would have virtual coins and everything just
Yes.
to like make the children understand financial investing and everything, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
firstly want to understand a bit from you like what exactly is your product proposal here, then I would like to build upon that.
Okay. Okay, sir. So first thing is like this is basically related to providing the financial literacy to the kids, which is based on this how they have to save, how they have to plan the budgeting, investing, and all those things. So first of
But
all, I have
how? Yeah.
yeah. So I have started with the classes right now. So I'm giving them classes and a kind of webinar to the kids how to use that, and some kind of courses is there which I'm doing it right now. But later in the future we have plans to put it on the website
Okay,
so
Gaurav,
that
let's then talk about the courses and the seminar that you are doing, right?
yeah, yeah.
So, courses, right? Firstly,
Mm.
is it some kind of an additional course that a parent has to get for the children, or is it collaborated with the school?
No, right.
Firstly, children right now are in a lot of, competition stress also. So they do a lot of tuitions and do a lot
Yes,
of extracurricular activities and all.
yes.
So, like, what exactly would your course actually how would you actually fit your course inside their entire routine
Yeah.
and like how long the course would actually go for, how will you assess the learning of the children, how will you is there some reward and recognition program also, so all of this is like nowhere in the deck, so can you please highlight on that?
Yeah, it's see, basically we are providing three courses in this scenario. It's first is kids basic financial literacy, which is about the basic literacy, like basic knowledge about the course, right?
This I
Needs
understood. You just
needs
mentioned 3 lines that kids financial literacy, right? But that is
uh,
like a big umbrella, right?
uh,
Financial literacy. So,
yeah.
what exactly are you trying to do, and how will you assess the children's learning? And like I am not understanding how will you have retention here, because there wouldn't be any repeat customer once your course gets
Yes.
over.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
a one
like
time.
how are you
Yes.
planning around all of this? And
Yeah.
what is the
It's
revenue stream also? Like since you are having going to have very low repeat rate, right?
yes.
So you'll have to spend a lot on marketing to acquire new customers regularly.
Yes.
So like what is the business model around this?
So business model is basically they have to take the classes first, and in which I'll teach them about the needs, wants, saves, their how they can do their future planning. Let's say they want to plan for their higher education, or they want to plan for their retirement, or they want to plan for their investments. How will they do that? So all these things I will teach them in the courses, and once they finish the course, then there will be a subscription model in which they can plan to go for a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription, in which they will get some kind of knowledge related to finance and some kind of gamification. As I have told earlier, that there will be a kind of games, like let's say want to do a long term investment, so they will do some kind of games. They will be getting some kind of virtual coins which they can use it to plan for their long term investments, how to distribute their capital, how to invest, whether they want to invest in commodities, they want to invest in stocks, or they want to invest in fixed deposit, or they want to invest in some kind of debt funds or mutual funds, like that. So this is one of the example that we will be giving in terms of gamification. So gamification will be kind of a subscription model, but the basic course will be kind of one-time course, in which they will be having the 5 to 10 classes. Each class will be of 1 hour, and in those classes, uh, I will be giving them the video recordings as well for our classes, and then they need to understand how to use their finance in their daily life.
So, Gaurav, firstly, gamification, right? It's a, again, you are using very umbrella terms like gamification, right? Firstly, why should a kid kind of play a game, right? There are so many better games outside in the world, right?
Mm.
Why should a kid actually play your game? And secondly, you are saying that it would be a course. Then, if I pass the course, then I will actually get coins to actually play the games and everything. So this is the kind of ladder that you are trying to make, right? Firstly, ability to actually get into this course and
Mm.
actually pass this, learn, and firstly show up for the course, right? That is itself a big thing for a children, for a child in 8 to 14 years of age, which is your target audience, right? So as I mentioned, like there's quite a education stress, co-curricular activities and everything. It is very difficult to actually fit in something like this. So don't you think it would be a good idea to actually collaborate with the school,
I
uh,
have
put
future
up
plans.
seminars
Yeah.
and
Yes,
few.
I have future plans for that.
Okay.
See, I've just started in the month of April, so I got this idea in the month of April only, and now I
The
think we are only
problem
on
is
3 months.
absolutely great.
Yeah,
Totally on board with the problem. It's a
yeah,
real problem, right?
yeah.
But regarding solutioning of that, firstly, you have to ensure that the child actually learns, right?
Yes,
And
yes,
secondly, they show interest in the, even
yes,
if they don't have
yes.
interest when they appear for the course, their
Mm,
interest gradually builds over the duration of the course, right? That is
yes.
very, very important. So
S-
these are some challenges which you will face,
Ah,
and as I mentioned, like there's going to be a low repeat rate and everything. So there are some revenue models also, so which would I would have loved to see here,
yeah,
but that
yeah.
is missing. So
No, no,
yeah.
it is there in business model canvas. It is there.
uh,
I have mentioned the revenue streams at down. You can see that the the premium model, the subscription model, and the one-time
no,
course
but
fee.
why should I subscribe, Gaurav? The question is
Uh,
that once I pass your course, right,
uh,
right, why should I subscribe? What is the value
They
that I
have to
will get?
practice how to use the finance, right? Like let's take an example of how they want to distribute their money in terms of need, wants, and save. They have to practice it. See, even if they are doing maths, they have to practice, right? Without practice, they
Because
may
that
not
is
be
the
able to
part
do
of
it.
their school curriculum, right? That
Yes,
which is
yes.
something they have to do it sometimes forcefully also,
So
right?
this is a part
That
of
is
my
why I am
roadmap.
saying,
This is
yeah,
a
that
part of my course
actually
roadmap.
that should be your MVP, right?
Yes.
If
Okay.
you actually collaborate with the
Mm,
school, that should be your first go-to market,
fine.
and
I'll
that
take.
is where you will actually learn about this. That
Fine.
what
I'll take that
exactly
point. Yes, I'll
are
take.
kids actually learning? Are they
Yes.
showing interest in learning? Is my
Yes.
course actually helping them get better?
Yes.
In the assessments, like how much are they able to score?
Uh,
Are kids actually getting more curious about financial
yeah.
management and everything? So that is actually going ahead with the school would be actually a safer way also, because it would require lesser of your investments and everything also.
Right, and as I say that it has been 3 months over, and around 7 to 8 kids have completed the course. My main target is to build the base first, so that through word of mouth, I can get more kids, and then they will do word of mouth in schools, and that way I plan to increase the base actually.
Okay, I see a lot of challenges in that, but sure,
Yes.
like, yeah.
Thank you, Bhav.
Thank you very much, sir. We'll move to Madhushree, ma'am.
Sure, thanks. So Gaurav, I was actually the last time when we left the conversation, we were still discussing this gamification. So just was curious. So your product is an e-learning like kind of it's a course, right? It's a financial management kind of a course for children from
Yeah,
the age of 8 to 14, 8 to 15 years old,
6
right?
to 16, 6 years to 16 years.
6 years to 16 years old, right?
Yes.
So I'm just trying to understand how do you play around? I mean, how do you compete with the likes of money management applications which have these like? So basically, I have worked on an app like this, okay, for one of the leading banks. So I can always introduce a learning module over there. What would be the incentive? Okay, how do you, I'm going back to the same question that Vaibhav was asking. How do you ensure retention? Otherwise, you have to keep acquiring more customers. Do you plan on partnering with the FIs? Because I did see in the business model there, your partners FIs, in creating and maybe co-creating an application. How do you build over this course? That is, this course alone cannot ensure so much of retention when you have so many courses to complete, when these children have already so many courses to complete. So I think this is one thing that I would want to know. What is your thought process? And I believe you are already building a business. It's a real business that you're working on,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So
ma'am.
then I'm sure you would have actually thought about this.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have future plans to tie with the schools and the financial institutions so that we can grow and we can get more customer base and more students on that. Right now, I've just started in the month of April, so I'm just taking like one-to-one kids to see how it is working to start with a base, customer base, right? So that is what, but that is already there as a part of roadmap, like
What
down
kind
the
of
line after.
partnership? So when you talk about what kind of partnership exactly are you looking from the FIs, financial
FIs
institutions?
is like after the school, if the students are interested to learn about, because finance is a kind of life skill that each person or each student should learn. So maybe they can arrange some classes after the school, or they can plan to have some classes on Saturdays, because I have seen that schools are organizing some classes which are related to like swimming or music or dancing or all those things, and some kind of maths classes also after school hours. So that is my plan, to talk with them and plan to include this after the schools. So initially, obviously, I have to provide some kind of free or trial classes to them, so that see how many students are interested in that, maybe like for 1 week or 10 days. And based on that, we can plan the pace and the course.
So, I mean, Gaurav, I think the idea is really noble. The point here is this is easily, I mean, so basically, we were developing this goal savings app, this money management app for what should I say, children of our customers, of our primary customers. So it would be very easy to put a learning module in that application. Rather than that, it would be great to tie up with goal savings application where, let's say, the child has a goal to, let's say, buy a bag or to buy a bicycle,
Yes.
and tie
That
up with
is
tie up with an action which a parent
case
puts.
studies.
Anything, yeah. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of a thing.
yes, that is also there, ma'am. Let me explain you with an example. Let's say there is a girl, 16-year-old, and she wants to buy a scooter of 80,000 rupees, right? And she wants to commute to college. Her parents agreed that they can give you 40,000, and remaining 40,000 she has to arrange. Either she has to do some kind of passive income, or she has to save from her pocket money. So
Correct.
this is a kind of scenario that we will be giving, how she can plan those things. So this is one
Yeah.
of the case studies. So similarly, we have lot of case studies that we can add there actually. Not plain learning module, but because plain learning module you can get even in Google and YouTube videos also, right? So I am thinking of adding some kind of real life case studies, which will really help them in their daily life to plan the things.
Got
So
it.
kind of if they want to do kind of retirement planning, or if they want to do planning, like they want to invest for their kids, right? The parent want to invest for their kids also, right? So all those things.
I think, Gaurav, we need to be, when we are I think we need to be sure who our persona is. If our persona are our children, let's say, then their goals would be a little different versus if we are targeting the parents as our primary customers. So that is again, I found a little confusing over here. If children are our primary personas, so I think the goals would have to be recalibrated. They can't be, I'm sure that's not what you meant also. Probably it cannot be retirement planning. So goals have to be very short term so that they feel intrigued to reach that goal. And once they reach that goal, they immediately get the reward. I'm not saying that carrots and sticks always works good for children, but at the same time, it kind of incentivizes them to use these kind of to learn more. At least that's what I think. So yeah, I mean, probably since you are actually thinking of building business around this, you might actually think about how to create those kind of gamifications, which can actually help them replicate that in their real life.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I'll take your feedback and I'll try to add those things and I'll try to improve all those things.
Sure. I mean,
Thank you, Madhusri ma'am. We'll
Thank
move to Pradeep sir.
Yeah, I would have loved this if if it was not been just an app. Would have been some physical centers where we can take our kids, help them understand different kind of trading systems that are there, so that they can
Trading is
interact
also
with.
there, sir. Sir, trading is also there. Even I have 4 kids who are learning stock market trading and investing.
No, that's okay. I just
Yeah.
wanted to avoid the app facing interaction. Just wanted to see. It's personal opinion again. Nothing has to do with this thing.
Yeah.
Because most of the time want to avoid the screen time, right? Which is
Yeah.
a big challenge. Uh, Somewhere some physical centers also would help. But anyways, that was not my question. My question is like, say, if we go back to the Madhushri's earlier question before before we lost you, that is where the lecture clarity was needed. Say suppose I have a 10-year-old kid, okay, I'm trying to help them understand some kind of a financial literacy and what now how do you how do you calculate the tenders and all everything, and but the actual output, how will I understand the ROI that I'm going to spend on a kid, right? Like I'm spending around 10K, 20K, 30K, on your course. How would I get an ROI? How would I measure that? How would I understand exactly the money is being well spent? Because they cannot use those skill set unless and until they have physical cash, or maybe
Right.
they come and implement it. So what is that your company is or your product is trying to say? At the end, your kid will be able to do this. After 1 month, 2 months, he'll lose the knowledge if he's not implementing it.
Yes, he has to implement.
So if it always depends. Like if I for my daughter, just give an example. I tried helping her to join some public speaking. Right, she was good student for 3 months or 4 months. Course completed, but now I'm asking her to practice. They don't have an interest because that's not their line of interest. So within 2 3 months, she has lost whatever she has learned. So how are you able to manage this?
So
Because
that's
the
where
end goal of yeah,
So
that's
that's
not
where
coming out.
subscription model. That's where subscription model comes into picture, sir. They have to subscribe and they have to do the practice using those gamification, the virtual coins things, and all those things.
Those are there, but as
Yeah.
long as there is incentivizing that,
Uh,
then that gamification will not work. And I have to spend money to in order to give that gamification experience to my kid, right? But as long as kid is not incentivized, there is no he will not be interested. And how are you solving this problem is not coming out.
Yes, sir. So the next is like a roadmap to add schools and institutions wherein the kids who are interested, they can join these courses and learn it. See, we cannot force the kid to learn about the financial literacy. See, these things will come only for the kids who are interested to learn. Like some kids are interested to learn about music, some kids are interested to learn about cricket. So some kids may be interested about the finance also. I have 4 or 5 students who started learning the stock market trading because I'm a trader. I have 10 years of experience in trading, so I teach them the live trading. So it depends on the interest of the students. If they are interested, they will definitely come up and join the course, and they will continue with the subscription model as well. They have opened the demat accounts also, so they have started trading. So it depends on the interest of the kids, sir.
So you are saying the target consumers of your product. Rather, I would say your target customers are the parents of the students who are expressing interest in learning financials.
Yes,
It's not
sir,
that
because we
everybody
cannot
can
force,
learn.
we don't want to force anyone to learn
How
and
do
come.
they understand? But how
Yes.
would they understand that they need a financial knowledge?
We have
You're
see, the
trying to,
parents are the best person to understand whether they need the financial learning or not, right? So they have to
you're countering the 2 points. You're saying that parents will understand, kids will not understand. But in order to your product to be successful, your kids has to be more interested to understand the
so they will
financial.
join for a free trial classes. We have free trial classes also. Two free trial classes are there in which they will come and see how the class goes. If they are interested, they can join the courses, and if not, then like that. So we have trial classes as well for them.
Okay, I'm done with the questions.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you, Pradeep sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Vaibhav sir. Okay, we'll move to the scores now. We'll start with Vaibhav sir. Your scores for the team two out of
I
five.
right. So I would want to rate 2 out of 5 because, like, of course, initial GTM and everything, I see a lot of challenges around that, and which have not been mentioned in the deck also. So yeah, there's quite a lot of work involved. Also, the challenges around retention and building a predictable revenue model, right? Which is absolutely essential for any sustainable business. So that also is a bit missing here. So yeah, that's it.
All right. Madhushri ma'am, your scores.
So I like the idea, Gaurav. Um though I know execution can be a bit challenging, but a lot of work still needs to be done in this area by all the players, including people who are trying to launch e-learning apps, as well as people like us who are part of FIs. I mean, I would like to give you kudos for thinking of doing something in this area, because at least as kids, like, I mean, kids of 1990, of 90s, at least we were not at all aware of these kind of
Yeah.
like money management applications, and neither we lacked the financial knowledge. So, and I also like you have clarity of the product. Okay, maybe it did not come out that well during the presentation for whatever glitches, but you have clarity of the product. It's just that you need to make it sharper. For that, I would like to give you 3.5. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I'm
Thank
just
you,
trying
ma'am.
to do it. Actually, full time. I'm trying to do it. So definitely, I will try to improve it in coming months.
Sure, sure. Right. In
Thank you.
fact, you should you can create a module, and what you should do is that you can always have a freelancer or tech, and then these kind of modules can be on sale to the FIs. And instead of us building it, probably it can be like, for us to even build it, it takes like, I mean, build versus buy. Of course, for us, that is our problem to solve. Build versus buy, whether we can just buy this learning module. Because when I was trying to integrate the learn module with our this thing, we had to hire a technical content writer who knew wealth management, because I was busy. So there is a scope. So yes, as Web have told, that you should partner with schools,
Yes.
as you should also partner with FIs. So to build up, to scale up these solutions. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. That's the roadmap. Thank you, ma'am. I'll take your feedback, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll move to the Pradeep sir. Your scores, sir.
Yeah, I would say it would be 2.5. Okay. This is a very good idea to start off with. But the point which I am trying to say is that, I need, because he's actually trying to build this product. It's not just a presentation. I would have probably had more on the surveys, the exact problems that are being expressed by both students and parents. Okay, and the way that the solution you're trying to build. Currently, you're just, it's like we can do that as well. We can do this as well. We can go ahead. Probably I'm planning this. That should be probably sorted out. This is my roadmap. This is what I'm trying to achieve. This is my
Yes.
next 6 months plan. This is my 1 year plan, and this is my this is the target segment, and these are the schools that I'm trying to address. This is where you have already been. Okay.
Sir, it is there. I have not added in the slides because of time constraint. It is there. It is available. If you want, I can show you, sir.
No problem. I would be happy to see.
Okay, sir. Just 1 minute.
And not right now. Not right now. Let us do it after the this one.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
If we
Thank you
have
for
some
responding.
couple of minutes, we'll see that.
Okay, sir.
All right, thank you. We'll move to the audience poll. Just give me a second.
So Maran, we know, so we don't have to give the right. The other members only has to give the no? Poll.
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Keep active, keep active. Okay. Yeah, audience, please grab your phone. Please scan this QR code and cast your votes for Gaurav. You have 30 seconds. All right, we'll see the audience poll for the team. All right, thank you, team. We'll finally move on to the last team, Tejas. You ready?
Yes, Maharajan. I requested to share my screen.
So I think, Pani, you are presenting
Yes,
the screen.
yes. I'm presenting the screen.
All right, fine. Think you can go ahead now.
Sure, just give me a second. Let me know if you are able to see my screen in the presentation mode.
I see it, Pani.
Yes, it is. Go ahead.
Thank you, Maharajan. Hello everyone, the esteemed jury and all the participants who have stayed back even after the scheduled time. I know it's post 6, but thank you for staying back for our presentation. I am Fani Kumar. I am a value-driven professional wearing multiple hats in my current organization, pretty much focused on driving value from vision to value delivery. And today we have Tejas also in our team. He would introduce himself once he comes on in the presentation. So the presentation today is around our product, which is a B2B solution for a very common business problem, which is talent acquisition, right? So as the name suggests clearly, it's interview AI, which is going to take interviews for faster hiring. So diving deep, the product basically is an AI-powered hiring platform built for recruiters and hiring managers to speed up the high volume hiring, specifically into IT niche roles or any kind of BPO roles where there is bulk hiring and also campus hiring. What it does and how it does is basically it automates all the major pain points like JD creation, CV screening, and interviews process where it outcomes outperforms the traditional hiring process by over 50 to 60%, right? So the problem statement that we are going to address is very common, as the image on the slide clearly shows that the major problem to the talent acquisition team is the bulk of applications that they receive, right? So the hiring team, which includes the recruiters and the hiring managers as well, always struggle with the bulk of applications they receive. It takes a lot of time for them to churn through all the applications and see the right fit, and often there are multiple stakeholders involved in the process. Where there can be multiple recruiters working in the process. They could take a lot of personal judgment on the applications received, so there is no standardization. Also, once there is also a very minimal scope of these individuals in managing the pipelines, where once they identify the right candidate, the actual candidates who have actually applied and not made it to the cut, they are not addressed or utilized later. So our this is the problem statement that we're going to address. And for building a product, it is always preferable to start from the bottom, where we wanted to analyze what our customer requirements are, what are their problem points, what are the underlying issues they could face, right? So for this, we have conducted a lot of focus group discussions in my current organization. I have connected with 6 business HR leaders and focus group discussions with hiring managers and TA teams across 9 teams. And we have also rolled out a survey where we have invited a lot of users from LinkedIn recruiters to appear for the survey, and we have made sure that the survey was structured, that they give their problems to us and not focused on our features that we are planning. And when in our focus group discussions, we have tried to understand the underlying problems rather than the problems that they mentioned to us. And as a secondary research, we have also gone through a lot of studies, let's say based on the LinkedIn study, Gartner studies, and the Harvard Business Reviews and McKinsey studies, where we have validated that there is actually need for this particular problem statement to be solved, right? Further, Tejas would take over how we have actually dived deep into this customer insights.
Sure. Thank you, Funny. Hello, everybody. My name is Tejas. I'm working with Funny on this product right now, and appreciate the opportunity to present our model out here. So, in terms of so as Funny already mentioned, in terms of our interviews, where we confirmed that the hiring managers were continuously drowning in those laborious manual work of, screening thousands of resumes to, or writing job descriptions from scratch. There is also a secondary way where we are thinking that there is a huge gap where the candidate data is not being correctly used by companies who have already, say, rejected a candidate previously, but they wanted to go back and look into the talent pool again. Third aspect was the interview feedback. So that varies from interviews to interviews, which can create a biased version or an opinion in terms of a personality, and also create delays in terms of hiring decisions. So putting all these insights together, we kind of shaped our MVP, ensuring that the interview AI will solve these pain points that actually matter the most for the talent acquisition specialist or to the hiring managers out here. So below that, we have the empathy map, where we had different observations made for these people whom we had spoken to. So the critical decision makers, these are the hiring managers. They are a frustrated lot, because apart from the manual resume screening, where they have to coordinate with different team departments, and they kind of get distracted from their core jobs. They are continuously thinking that, okay, that we need some tools that, okay, I can filter and rank candidates in terms of how fast can I actually get this thing done. Stress is definitely there when delays are created in terms of hiring, because you don't want to lose a talent to your competitor out there, right? The feedback, again, like I said, the feedback is very subjective from person to person, and it kind of creates inconsistencies that can impact the hiring quality for the entire organization. The empathy map kind of tailored, um, yeah, so I'll just sum it up. So we kind of tailored it to solve the biggest pain points, where we wanted to spend time on speed, consistency, and the decision making ability. So next slide, Funny. Thank you. In terms of the personas where we are looking at two personas. One is the senior talent acquisition specialist who is in the industry for around 5 to 8 years. She has been spending countless hours manually screening resumes, giving out job descriptions. She's always looking for tools where she can speed up screening, suggest suitable candidates, and create a consistency pattern for them, for her. And then on the other side, there is the hiring manager who has been in the industry for like 10 years. She's a CIO out there hiring for a software domain role, but she kind of always has that uncertainty in terms of how that feedback is going to be for that from that person to person. So she was always looking for, if she can get some sort of artificial intelligence driven insights for that particular candidate, for that particular resume. Can she have a structured interview, right? And also, can she also
You may
have
pass 3 minutes.
previously screen candidates? So all these things are kind of summed up into this. So next one. Thank you, Funny.
Yes, I would quickly go through the value proposition that we have. So our primary user is the recruiter. So we are trying to solve it for the recruiter in this presentation today, where we see the job they want to done is pretty much relying on the speed that they want to do their action done and with ease and confidence. So their pain points are the volume and the time they spend and the delay that they are causing and the unstructured feedback. So what is the gain for the customer is the automated tasks that they could do, and the offerings that we have in our product are first one, the AI powered ATS screening system that will rank the CVs and also take an AI assessment in a conversational model with the candidate to understand the strengths, weakness, and the skills, and also recommend give a overview a report in detail for the later judgments, and also create the JDs based on the job requirements. And the pain relievers are basically reducing time, eliminating bias, minimizing the CVs that are not utilized, and also enhancing the collaboration with the hiring manager. And what would motivate our users to come here is the automated functionalities and also utilizing the capabilities of AI here. And for the scope of MVP, what we have considered is first, our basic assumptions were that the recruiters are open to adopt to AI models, and the candidates are also open to adopt the AI models, which we have kind of validated with the research we have done. And for the MVP, the features we have opted are first one, the first step to create a job description using AI, and the resume parsing with AI, where we could stack rank using the predefined template or the customized criteria that the recruiter could fit in. And the primary scope of this product is the AI powered interview platform, where it will interview the candidates based on the JD, CV, and the responses the candidate is giving, and with the audio video proctoring for authenticity and real time interview evaluation and scoring. We would also utilize the talent pool that we have created to smartly recommend candidates for any next probable role that we could launch in. And for achieving all of this, we wanted to have a basic mobile and web compatibility, and to make visualize the users that what are the results they are achieving through this product. We will also enable the dashboards so that they can view the results real time. And for this experiment, we have created a landing page where we wanted to see if the product is actually getting the desired response, and the recruiter is able to use the AI tool, and the candidate pilot, where we wanted to see if the candidate is actually interested to use an AI interview. And the validation criteria that we have decided based on our user feedback and the responses we have got is 15% of the user traffic that is coming onto the landing page to convert into demos, and the recruiters who have been onboarded rate the product at least 3.5 out of 5. The 60 we are targeting at 60%, and we are targeting at candidate completion with satisfaction at 75%, because that builds the trust to the recruiters and that builds trust to the hiring managers.
Team, sorry to interrupt. Our time is up.
Sure.
Maybe you
And
can take another 30 seconds and summarize it.
sure. So this is the landing page that we have created, and this basically sums up our presentation. And thank you so much for this opportunity. We would like to conclude saying this interview AI product is not only solving for the problems, but also redefining how the modern recruitment would function like. And I'm also excited to see and learn what are the different perspectives that the jury and the team members here could bring on that I might have not presented here, or I might have not even looked at. Thank you so much.
Funny if you can help me out with your previous screen and just leave it in like that. Yeah, thanks. And Madhushree, you can go ahead if you have any questions.
Pradeep, Pradeep, so kind of gave me an opportunity to go first. So yeah, thanks, Pradeep. First of all, I really liked your idea. And in fact, I am facing this kind of a problem right now. I'm setting up my team. I was just curious because I am facing this issue with your AI powered interview. I'm just a little more interested to know how would you handle the authenticity over here, like with the AI powered interview? Because these days, what I'm getting to see is that a lot of people use ChatGPT tools to even give the interviews. Okay. It's not that they have to type the questions that a person is asking because there are voice tools, right? So
Mhm.
now with AI powered, how do you determine, because that at least when we human beings, like when we are taking the interview, we can, we can judge the authenticity of the person. Okay. So how do we build that credibility of the candidates with the AI powered interviews? And how do you eliminate the bias?
Okay. Answering to that question, this is the very first question that even struck our mind, and when we interacted to the with the focus groups as well, a very valid and very important question to tackle. So what we have done as a feature, I'll just take a minute to explain how it is done. So for the authenticity sake, what we do is we capture the candidate image, and we also have a model that will recognize the audios of the candidate, and we also have a screen sharing feature where to start the interview, the candidate has to share their screen. And if there is a switch tab, or if we see any unauthorized usage, or if we see any live proctoring features, right? If we have any second audio coming, or any second face coming in the screen, we would give them warning. So that is the model that we have built. And we know with the evolving AI, modern problems will always have modern solutions, and the candidates are always smart, right? So we will continue to evolve this product, but this is the current scope that we have given for the recruiters to have their confidence on the authenticity part.
Got it. So you are saying that they will be sharing the screen, and the screen is, let's
Switch.
say, if the screen needs to have them, if there's anything other than the screen, then immediately
Yes.
the interview would get
So it
paused.
will give warnings to the candidate, and
Right.
after warnings, and we will also have the logs recorded, what is happening on the screen, what is the candidate doing, if they are making any other activities by clicking here and there, we are logging all of them. So this
Right.
is still
So how
working.
will you eliminate? So I'm assuming that this will be like the screening round, right?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. So how will you eliminate bias? Because since the interview is going to be taken by AI, and I am not using help of any other tools, let's say I'm being very authentic, but I'm just dropping the right keywords. Okay. I'm just saying that how will you eliminate bias when, especially like when AI is taking an interview?
Yes, again, this is a gray area, definitely for sure, because we are dealing with AI, and there is always a scope of smart people coming and doing this smart things, right? So how we have built this model, the main idea of this model is not just keywords, but it can also pick up conversation. So I have also highlighted that somewhere in the feature list, where I said it is based on the conversation. So the model itself is smart enough to pick up conversation and judge if the candidate is answering to the question, or if they're just using the keywords. As an example, I would share a use case that we have done the negatives testing. We had an interview for a Python developer, and I myself went ahead and said, I am very much interested in Python, and I always go into the forest and keep looking for that 20-foot Burmese Python, right? So it said, the model responded back like, I'm not asking for your 20-foot Burmese Python, but I'm asking for the Python as a skill. So that's how we have tuned the model, because these are the learnings we have got from our extensive customer research and our MVP validations.
Right. What would be, I did not see, maybe because of the lack of time, I did not get to see much around GTM, go to
Yes.
market. So what would be your go to market strategy, which will include pricing, competitive benchmarking, marketing strategies, partnership, basically GTM as well as the business model?
Yes. It might be my misunderstanding that I might have not included all of this, because I thought this is just customer value proposition, but I do have all of this information. So I'll quickly sum it up. This is a B2B model where we are looking at standard charges for sign up and the token based utilization charges. We have the revenue model based on how much our capital and the recurring expenses we are spending with OpenAI and all of that stuff, and some profit margin based computations for the MVP stage. And once we scale up and we develop the multiple features as an ATS, we would want to do the further market analysis and place our product there. So currently our market placement is limited to a interview screening platform, candidate screening platform, which will enable recruiters and hiring managers to make a smart decision. And our product is not going to make the decision; it is going to give you insights based on certain fixed or customized parameters that you could give it to the model.
Got it. Oh, I mean, that's about it. Thank you so much, Funny.
Thank you, Manjushri.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll move to Vaibhav sir.
So funny. Basically, so I did not see any competitive benchmarking in your decks, right? There are already so many players outside. Where I think one is there with the same name as yours, Interview. And so, how will you actually? There's no GTM strategy, right? How will you actually benchmark yourself against competitors, and how will you ensure that your solution is the better solution for the businesses and the companies? So first question is that. Another question around here is, uh, if an AI is taking my interview, right, from a user point of view or from a candidate point of view, I would feel bad about it that the company did not value me enough that to even appoint a human being to actually assess me, right? They actually appointed an AI to assess me. So I would actually feel bad about the company. I would feel bad about how they value me, because interviews are always two-sided, right? It's
Yes.
not always one side which is taking the interview. I am also judging the company. I am also judging how much will they value me, how much will I enjoy working for them or something. So did this come up in your user interviews, and how what is your solution around this?
Yes. So firstly, addressing about the GTM strategy and the all rest competitor analysis, right? As I mentioned, we had a lot of information on that, but we consciously chose to put it out of this presentation, thinking that this is just customer value. And we have done the competitor analysis, and this title that we have put up here is a last minute title, but because this product is a GTM product actually, so you have changed the actual name to a random name that would just AI and interview will connect. And we have done the competitor analysis, and we realized that we are not doing anything different, not a lot of things different, but we have a niche edge where we are trying to tune this product to specific to manufacturing industries and areas where a lot of companies are not touching up, and a lot of players are still not evolved as a conversational model, which will take live insights from the conversation and convert into questions. So that is one observation that we have come up in our market research, basically the competitor analysis.
Sorry, Funny, I would like to interrupt over here. I'm so sorry. You just now told that you are not doing anything different, but your target industries are a little different, like manufacturing. You just mentioned that, right?
It's a edge. So we are catering to everybody, but we are tuning our models to cater to a lot of other domains where the market are not
But
doing.
that is what I mean. You just now told Vaibhav that is what you're doing differently. That you are targeting those industries which are generally not targeted, which are like manufacturing. So now you have raised my concern, because these are how do you drive adoption? Then what? How would you drive adoption by these companies?
Yes.
First of all, whose evaluation requires a lot of practical aspects, and so that is kind of raising concerns, because as it is, they don't want to, like, there'll be an adoption hesitance also there. So yeah.
Yeah. So I'll first address the second question that Vaibhav has put. So basically, the candidate experience, right? The candidate experience definitely was a concern, and that is where our trust of the tool was also there. But that was always a two-edged sword. Like for the candidate experience, you would have all the recruiters reaching out to them, a lot of unsuccessful attempts to reach the candidates, and all of that were there. So this is a MVP model that we're testing, and there are a lot of other operational elements that we're including, that the recruiter reaches out to the candidate, sharing this interview link, first briefing about the company and all of that. So time they would spend interviewing the candidate 15 minutes in the first touch point, they would spend 2 to 3 minutes to personalize touch point with the candidate, and then would drive them to the interview completion. That is the human touch point that we were planning to do. And coming to your question, Madhusri, when we are targeting the manufacturing industries and the other industries where driving adoption is a big challenge, right? So you have pointed directly to my pain point that I'm trying to drive here, because I am from a GCC setup working for a large manufacturing industry, and this product was built for handling those kind of customers. So the whole point of driving adoption was to build trust and basically train the model to that extent that it is able to converse with a very normal level person. It is not going too technical, but to have a conversational model. It is not a technical assessment, it is not an assessment driven model, but it is a conversational model where it will also ask about a lot of qualifier questions like, would you like to relocate, what is your current notice period, what is your expectation, what are your basic and roles and responsibilities. Those kind of initial screening is the scope of this product as a MVP. We would want to develop this into a lot technical assessment and all of that focused product, but for the MVP we want to keep it for the initial screening.
Like that is a bit contradictory, because if it is only initial screening, right? Why are you actually building a platform for that? You could also do a simply automated phone calling for that, right? If you only want to assess the interest in actually joining by asking salary questions, notice period, all of this, right? If this is initial screening, you don't actually need to share your screen, and actually there's no like authenticity of problem also, right? It could be a simply an automated phone call also.
Okay.
So is that also included in your GTM, or like what is it?
So, Vaibhav, I'm sorry. So the conversations part that I have mentioned is a last part of the conversation that the model would do, but it would assess the candidate based on the JD and CV that they have put, and it is also conversing about a lot of things that a recruiter would have with the candidate as well. That is the insight that I was trying to give. But it will ask the generic questions that a recruiter would ask the candidate in the first screening, right? The job fit. Basically, the CV.
But do you agree that this could all be done over simply a phone call also?
Yes, but how would I bridge the gap between creating an automated JD, driving the applications directly onto the job, and screening them, giving you the top 10 candidates that you could schedule this phone round with, and give you an interview report that you could share with the hiring manager, everything in a single workflow that could integrate with your HRMS, or we are also trying to build this as an end-to-end ATS product. So this is the MVP scope, which is very limited right now, but the scope of the product is going to be a much bigger product.
So one part is the candidate assessment, right? That is one module. Another module is actual assessment, where you are actually interviewing the candidate and figuring out questions, figuring out basically open points like notice period, salary expectations, and everything,
Yes.
right?
So,
So the candidate module, of course. Yeah, go on.
sorry for breaking you there. So the model is such way that the model will ask 10 to 5 to 10 questions. The first part, it's the 20% part where it will ask the candidate fitment questions on the JD, and the 30% to 60% part where the model is trained to ask questions based on the candidate response and the CV. Basically, if I mentioned that I worked with Amazon in a retail setup, it will ask my experience related questions from my CV and also follow-up questions based on my answers. And the last 20% part is the fitment questions, where I would want the basic information whether I want to go ahead with this candidate or not. If the candidate is good but is not able to relocate, I'm not able to go ahead with this candidate. If the candidate budget is high, I'm not able to go ahead with the candidate. So every information that a recruiter takes from a first phone call, the first 10 to 15 minutes conversation, we are trying to put everything here in a module, which is a part of a 4 to 5 module setup.
Okay, so like as you mentioned that this was just a screening, but this is no more just screening. This is actually a comprehensive evaluation, because you are asking fitment questions and questions from the CV, questions from JD, and everything, right? And another thing that you mentioned was if there is like if the candidate is actually feeling that why is AI taking my interview, right? Where is the empathy? Where's the why does not the company value me enough to actually put a human being? You mentioned that for the initial 5 to 10 minutes there would be a human touch point, and then AI would take over. I did not find
I'll get.
scalability in that, right? Because that is actually not really solving the problem. If human being is actually there, right, he could actually spend another 10 minutes and wrap up the interview also. So like you need to find a solution around this, right? How to actually build a human touch point here so that the candidate doesn't feel undervalued. And what is the again, what is the operational challenges around that, the scalability challenges, right? So all of this.
Yeah, I'll just like to touch upon that. So the user flow is basically, I'll give an example with the number. So I have created a job posting where I would take 30 to 40 minutes to generate a proper job description. Now I would generate a job description in 2 minutes, edit it within 2 to 3 minutes, and create a job. And I have 100 CVs.
Funny, again, these are the things about the job description. Again, these are the things about the assessment, like the module that you would provide a company with all the candidates and whatever evaluation that happened to them. I am speaking about the actual assessment or actual interview that will happen, right?
Yes, yes.
In that, if there is an initial human touch point also, which you are actually trying to put in, that will again not really solving the problem. You need to figure out a solution to that, right?
Understood. So
So,
that
like
is
the
still a adoption problem where candidate behavior driven. So we are actually facing the problem, and somewhere around 25% to 30% is the dropout rate that we're trying to address. And you have rightly
right.
pointed out to one of my biggest challenges driving this product. But yeah, with the advent of AI, everybody is now used to AI. So we are hoping that this product will find.
But funny, like your target audience, right? The blue collar workers or the manufacturing industries, right? They are still not used to AI. So it would be very, very weird and very kind of weirdly new for them. Like some robot is actually taking the interview. So like the adoption is not there in your target audience yet. So like that is still a far-fetched thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Madhusudan. Thank you very much, sir. We'll move to Pradeep, sir.
Yeah, I just give a quick feedback. Okay, as Vaibhav said, it's very important that customer empathy is very important, and I don't see this flying well with customers when some AI, simply takes your interview process. There's a lot, and I would actually expect something that this is my vision, this is what I want to do on holistic, at the larger level, but this is my MVP. But the presentation seems only you have built it for MVP.
Yes, yes.
I'm not able to see where you want to land, and this one. I can see only that you're focusing only on the MVP, and that MVP, whatever MVP that you're defining in this project, is like what do you say? I'm like the market is more matured of using AI in HR or talent acquisition. It's more matured. The MVP is not even reaching. I mean, like it's very minimalistic. That initial job, JD, building a JD, right, and then probably screening some applications that any gender case also can do. Why AI in HR or why AI specifically in talent acquisition? That's still not justifying it. I can just push, create a JD on a normal generic HR also, sorry, generic AI also. I don't say any specific this one. That is one point. And this is a very interesting and competitive space to work on.
Yes.
But what I see is that if you would have had more, like Madhusri was asking you a question, I'm facing the problem of
Yes.
people cheating. Okay, you said screen will be shared, right? But people are more smart enough. They use another device to do what to get this information, search, or chat GPT support and anything. They've seen people using. You might have seen a lot of videos where people might have been seeing using mobile devices in front of their laptops to get this information, right? So if it would have been a solution to evaluate, like if somebody is speaking, and if your AI solution is able to evaluate and then say, if I'm a HR, sorry, I'm an interviewer, I'm taking an interview of you, and if your AI tool is able to give me an analysis that that this guy this guy's answers are more AI generated answers, right? That will actually help me out to to evaluate or understand and or hire a better candidate,
Yes,
right?
sentiment analysis is one of the features that we are still
Yeah, and
improving.
if you are able to come up with it, because most of the companies are trying to adopt to a behavior analysis, right?
Yes, yes,
If you are able to, if your AI tool is able to analyze their
yes,
features and then expressions and gestures and understand, okay, this guy is going for a stress, this
yes,
guy is going, these kind of analysis would actually be a better product rather than you giving me a very generic basic MVP model, because
yes,
pretty much industry is already having this solution.
yes,
I have my own friend, closest friend, people who are founders of a large HR companies who are actually using AI and selling the AI solution for most of the companies.
yes.
Okay,
This is a very well mature
Darwin Box
market.
is one of my good friends. Okay, the founder of Darwin Box. So I
Uh,
know how much evolved it is in AI in talent acquisition.
yes,
But yeah, I don't see anything beyond a simple MVP that you can achieve. Right?
yes. This was a conscious, thing that we have done to focus on the initial MVP and the value proposition. There's a lot of content that we have
Still have to see
not
one step or
put up.
two steps or five steps ahead. Otherwise, I'll not understand why this MVP is more relevant.
Yes, yes, got that. I got that. So I definitely take that feedback, and I was actually looking for all these kind of perspectives to come in, so that I can also develop my vision to the product that is actually going to be developed. These are actual working development. This is actually developing. We are like into 3 months into this product, and this is the current state that we are in.
Okay.
Thank you, Pradeep sir. Okay, we'll go for the scores now. Vaibhav sir, your scores?
Yeah, I would rate 3 out of 5. Like the presentation and everything was comprehensive. Solutioning was also like very detailed out and everything. But the answering to the questions, like you were trying to actually defend yourself instead of accepting that this is actually still an open problem point which you are trying to solve, right? So like if you were more open to problems, that is a very, very important trait for any business person or an entrepreneur. So yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Madhushree, ma'am?
Yeah. I would like to go with 3.5 because I
Okay.
like the idea. There's a lot of scope. That is the reason why so many players are entering into this space, because there is a scope. But yes, as Pradeep and Vaibhav told, that we need to carve out the solution and we need to be very sure about the target audience. And that was what concerned me. That you are targeting an industry like manufacturing, then I think the solution has to be tailored.
Yes,
Yeah, if you are trying to make it more niche, and yes, you should, because there are too many players. There should be an USP which did not come out that well. So, but at the same time, though, yes, there is a scope to improve. Definitely, that is there for all of us here. But having said that, you could respond to our questions quite well. So for that, I would like to go with 3.5. Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Pradeep sir?
Yeah, I would like to give three. My feedback is I was expecting more. Really, really something that you've been showing, because even if you do a simple research in the on Google, or even you use again an AI, right? You would have understood where this MVP would have actually fit in the market.
Yes,
Okay, you could have done more research, come back with a better proposal. I would have, the moment I saw your title, I was so excited that I could listen some innovative concept in this. But you have covered, you have presented well, I would definitely say. Okay, but I was expecting a bit more, innovative concept, or innovative USP challenge that you are trying to solve. Otherwise it would made a more better mark, but I'm rating it as 3.
definitely, sir. I was actually aware while you were actually giving the feedback to the rest of the folks. I was aware what was not missing here, but I wanted to actually look at your lens and see gather feedback from there. This is actually insightful, and thank you so much for all your inputs here.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. We'll go to the audience poll now. Yeah. So, audience, please take your phone, scan this QR code, and cast your votes for the team for Vani and Tejas. Your time starts now.
Maharajan, I don't see your screen shared. I'm not sure if the rest of the people are able to see.
Everyone can see my screen?
Yeah, we can see. It shows Tejas and Funny.
Okay. Okay.
I think maybe you should stop presenting.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Maharajan, while the voting is being done, I would want to ask if there is any way that we could maintain connect with the jury here, so that we can gather some more insights from them. Is that a possibility? And if it is, how could we do that?
Yeah, you can do that. You can connect with them in LinkedIn.
Okay. If you could share the LinkedIn profiles, that would be helpful.
Yeah. All right. Time's up. We'll move to the audience poll. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Funny. So now we are in the end of this session. So first of all, I would like to first thank you, presenters and jury members. Right. It was a wonderful session. So before we announce the winners, juries, please accept the certificate of appreciation on behalf of IPL. We would love to hear your experience on today's Skillathon and share your final thoughts. We'll start with Madhushri, ma'am.
Thanks, Marathon, first of all, for giving me this opportunity to interact with fellow product aspirants and product management aspirants. And yes, indeed, it was a great afternoon. I mean, it was a great session, and it was a great way to spend the Saturday evening, because I got to learn a lot. Because through these sessions, what happens is that you get a lot of fresh ideas. You get to you get to hear all these fresh ideas, and which you can also imbibe. There's something to learn from everyone. And what I learned today was primarily like how you can drive customer value. And what I really liked about all the presentations, like maybe it's such a short period of time, I'm sure they were not given a lot of time to prepare. In such a short span of time, how could they present their ideas? So they took up this challenge really well. And this is something, and this also helped me understand how I would next evaluate the next set of product managers for my teams. And yes, I mean, it was a great learning and sharing session. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. We'll now move to Bible sir.
Yeah, like as Madhuri also mentioned that it was a great way to spend Saturday evening learning about new problem statements, how are actually people trying to solve them, how are they actually building their business model canvases, customer proposition. They are actually interviewing the real people who would be their target audience. So like it's good to understand that people have that product thinking also, and while building the solutions, and they are just not in trapped inside their head with the glorious idea that they have. They're actually testing that out in the real world and on the ground by doing customer interviews and everything. So yeah, absolutely loved it and would want to be a part of more of this.
Thank you so much, Bible sir. Move to Pradeep sir.
Yeah, pretty much both of them covered it by Vaibhav and Madhusri. I just wanted to say, and I've had a very nice time. You know, it's been good that I've interacted, met with a lot of people. It's good, aspiring PMs. And one thing what I could understand is that if we have to hire any PMs, we can come back and look at your institute because pretty much they're covering all the aspects. At least they're most of them prepare in generic and then come for an interview. But this pretty much they are aware of what has to be
It is
presented,
happening, sir. Yes.
what has to be captured. I understand. I can trust the process that that you're putting people into. That is one thing that I've done today. Good. This is a very nice opportunity for me to interact with a lot.
All right. All right. Thank you, sir. We'll move to the Skillathon winner now.
I'll be
Sir,
happy to
you
whatever capacity. If anybody wants anything from my side, I'll try to see help you guys out. Yeah.
definitely, sir. I think everyone will reach out to your LinkedIn's. So if you have time and if you could contribute something, maybe you can. That would be a great help, right? Yeah. Okay. Any guesses on Skillathon winner? Anyone? You can audience, participants, anyone? Any guesses?
Maybe the first one, Mr. Aditya.
All right. Gaurav is telling first team. All right. Without further delay, we are also out of time, so I'll just go and announce the winner now. Okay, a winner also will get the the gift voucher, right? That is also there as a part of a winning. And yeah, here you go. Surprisingly, we have two winners today. So team one and team four. We got tied with the scores and with the audience poll and everything. So yeah, so we have two winners. Congratulations, team one and team four. Yeah. So before we wrap up, before we wrap it up, right? I would like to hear from the winners, right? Like two teams. Just take 30 seconds and give your feedback, give your experiences, like share your thoughts, right? Just go ahead. We'll start with Ashish. Yeah, Ashish, go ahead. No, we couldn't hear you.
Audible now?
Very low.
Okay, I'll probably speak louder, but I would like to thank all the three judges. I think the feedback itself was very, very, I mean, it was very critical, but in a positive way. I think the kind of feedback I got on the capstone and on the presentation, I think I had got a lot along those lines. So definitely a very, very good learning experience for me. Oh, Maharaj, you are on mute, I think.
Sorry, my bad. Okay, Funny, you want to go next?
Yes, definitely. As Ashish said, it was great to hear from the juries who have actually excelled in their journeys of what we are trying to become and aspire. So hearing them actually giving feedback to our ideas and our thoughts, it was not about the presentation, but they have also understood what was our thought process behind what we are saying and why we are saying something. That lens is something like is very hard to get unless we have such kind of platforms driven. So thank you so much for this initiative, and this is a great contribution to our learning that you have taken up. Thank you so much to the jury as well.
Thank you, Funny. Tejas?
Sure. Thank you, Mahajan. First of all, thank you so much for the jury for their kind and generous feedback in terms of how from where I'm coming from. I've been from the customer support, success, product support industry, and kind of transitioning into this PM module now, wherein we kind of productivize into the services. So this Skillathon actually gave me more insights into how we need to think differently. First of all, yes, and the questions which were asked right now, I mean, to be honest, I actually thought of the product right now where I could actually record my conversation and the interviewee's conversation and then see a comparison of the AI which is being generated. So on the fly, I just thought about this. But yeah, really appreciate all your feedback and your inputs on this. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Tejas. Thank you so much. Before we wrap it up with all the three juries, sir, if you have any thoughts and suggestions to share for aspiring product, because a lot of audience is in its live cast in Zoom and sorry, live cast is to LinkedIn and YouTube as well. If you have any thoughts and suggestions to share, just we'll go by one and we'll quickly wrap it up. We'll start with Pradeep sir first.
So what I've actually seen, one thing missing out is the getting the right metrics. How are you saying that whatever you're proposing is going to be success? That's commonly missing across. Okay. And second thing, what I'm seeing is that the bigger picture. Okay. And why they're trying to build this MVP, and how are they going to plan, build up to the actual vision or the bigger picture that they're talking about. These are the two bigger gaps that I've seen, which is common across the presentations. And I would wish if we can build on this, for the future projects would be far better, because it's very important, right? Then we'll understand, okay, if this is the X and this is where it's starting, how can we understand this growth will actually help, right? And competition benchmarking, one team has done it better. These are the couple of things which I wanted to see more focused on. And apart from this, I had a very nice interaction, and rest and everything is good. Everything is good. The empathy maps still can be improved, but that's good. uh, Personas, they're getting it right, and everything else is good. Yeah.
Thank you, Pradeep sir. We'll move to Vaibhav sir. Your thoughts and suggestions for aspiring product managers.
Yeah, like just add what Pradeep said. Like there was like of course lack of success metrics and rollout plans and like why your MVP is an MVP, right? There was no like plan to actually this would be my 3 month, 6 month, 9 month plan firstly, and there was no experimentation plan also, right? I did not see anything about experimentation in all of the slides. So maybe think more around that. Like, if this doesn't work, then I would go doing this. I would do. I would put 20% of my customers on this, 40% on this, rest 40% here. So right, try different experiment variants. So this will actually enhance your. This will actually steepen your learning curve a bit, and you will actually reach to your MVP much faster, right? Which is actually working. So yeah, all of that. So I hope that, and I absolutely loved interacting with all of you. And another thing was like be more open to new perspectives, be open to like answering questions in a very open way, and be accepting of the gaps and flaws that are there in your solutioning, right? So if these things the candidates can improve, that definitely it would be much better experience.
Okay, thank you, sir. We'll move to Madhushree ma'am.
Yeah, thanks, Mahajan. So first of all, yeah, I'll just add on to the points that Pradeep and Web have already mentioned. Yes, besides the success metrics, there's something that I saw which I think all the teams might need to work upon. That would be more around prioritization, which did not really come out in any of the presentations. Whenever we try to build a product, we generally follow design thinking approach. That did not really come out as an, okay, this is the problem statement that we are trying to solve. Who are the different user personas that we started with, and why did we finally choose this persona as the primary persona? That is the first prioritization. And the second prioritization is for that particular persona, what were the different kinds of solutions and why did we finalize on this particular product proposition? So prioritization did not come out that well. Also, as Web have told, I'm going to put a name to that. That's called basically, as you would know, Web, a product roadmap. So we did not really get to see a roadmap over here, maybe because of the lack of time. That could be a possibility. So yes, we prioritization, roadmap, and also the experimentation as an A/B testing, which Weber was talking about, A/B testing or prototyping. What are the different? I think there was just one team with the prototype. So those are the kind of areas I think the teams can learn more. But other than that, everything was fine, and it was great. I mean, interacting with all of you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you so much for all the participants and audience who joined today. And thank you so much for Pradeep sir, Madhushri sir, and Madhushri ma'am, and Vaibhav sir for your valuable thoughts, questions, and suggestions. It was really thoughtful, and thank you so much. We'll wrap this session, and thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, nice meeting you, Madhu, as well.
You.
Thank you. Thank you so much.